What's up, everybody? It's your girl Juju. For everybody who loves Juju 1-2 Talk Hoops. How y'all doing out there? How's your Saturday? How's your Saturday? I hope it's good. Okay, we're back with another banger video with you all. And you know how it goes down here. You chat, I shout you out. We have a good time. It's Saturday, and I know you guys are out and about taking care of on this beautiful Saturday afternoon. I know in Los Angeles, there's probably a lot of sunshine, a lot of heat. Those who went to the Beyonce concert, they're coming down from their high of that. But the Wnba is on. For those who love hoops, come talk it with me. Come watch it with me. Come enjoy it with me. You can come in and out. It's not a problem. Just come in, come out, come say hello to your girl. You can jump in the chat. Those of you on Twitter, come on by and say hello. Let me know you're here. When you come through, hit that like button for me. I'd appreciate it. It's always appreciated. I enjoy more viewers. What we do here, if you don't know, is when you're watching the game at home, I'm watching the game at home with you. And, sometimes not everybody in the household, watches. I know everybody loves women's sports, and everybody is starting to watch women's hoops. But sometimes you don't have anybody to watch and commentate with. You see something, crazy that goes on, and you want to talk to somebody, come through in the hoop. Bear Beauty, what you do? Come on up here. Yesterday, I had a gang of people up here. You would have loved it. If you can, I know if you're out and about. If you're on the phone, it may not work, but you got to come up. I had a little panel going yesterday. I met Joe, and Joe said he's going to be in and out of streaming. Wnba came up. B Will was here, and Joe and I, and we had a good time watching the game yesterday, making comments from NCAA basketball to, the Wnba, and all that good stuff. You was out. That's good. That's good. You was out having a good time. I ain't mad at you. But Connecticut won, but they had Stewie was out. So, but even with Stewie, I think they would have still looked as good as they did. So they weren't trash. They wasn't the bottom of the barrel. I don't know who's going to be at the bottom, and I don't know if it really matters, because I think once the teams get going and gelling and start, cutting and getting used to the roster and playing the vets, it's going to be popping. Oh, you popped in and spoke. I thought you saw. Yeah, I thought I saw you, but they were talking, and I didn't want to interrupt to say anything, but I think I saw you pop through. I knew if you could, you would have, been able to stop, come through. Oh, no, it would have been great to have you. Kidding me? Great. More the merrier. You like the way Connecticut looked? Good. That's what I thought, too. I didn't really like how he played Ray and them. That second, the bench, the Rooks, he gave him like 4 minutes at the end, and it was really hard to tell. But what I found out later was in 5 minutes Ray had played, she had 5 points, 2 for 5, and I think a couple rebounds. So within her garbage time, I think she may do, I would keep her. I wouldn't get rid of Rhea because her height matters, her defensive matters. She just needs to be developed, and I think that I think she needs to stay in the dub. You can somebody like Rhea could have a long career and do nothing but get better. The more she plays, the more she's out there. I'm seeing Papa's doing a good job out there. I'm one of my friends. I mean, I gotta say, Papa is surprising me. She really is. I was rooting for Pal. I had a good friend that was like, Pal ain't gonna make it, Bree ain't gonna make it, Raven ain't gonna make it. They were just like, but collectively for South Carolina against college girls, they're fine. But they never appreciated like Pal's ability on the court. To see Pal at the next level, I should say. You said you would scream if they let Ray go or Pal, Rhea or Pal. I'm just like I'm so upset with the Aces right now. I am so upset with them. Like they are like in a dilemma, and I really think they need to find a way to keep. Rhea, yeah, Rhea. They gotta find a way to keep Deja Kelly and Aaliyah Nye. They just have to. They be crazy, and it's all because of that contract. Because Kristen Bell brings nothing useful on the court. Keep going, pal. That's off. She's so damn off. You would have been better off shooting a floater over Clark off the glass. Now you got scored on, pal. Take the damn shot. Why would you go for a three when it's already like it's a close game? You penetrated and got close enough to shoot off the glass. I'm checking this out, Bear Beauty, because I need somebody to hear me on that. What I just saw. 5 of you are following me over at Twitter. Appreciate that. Like I was saying, you watch. It's just if you come into my chat by way of the link that I provided on my page or the menu on Twitter. You can come say hello. You can participate in the chat. But more importantly, if you're not subscribed, please do subscribe. You're going to help me. Yesterday, I had Bear Beauty 2,000 viewers. Hey, Joe, what's up? Good afternoon. We had 2,000 views, not views, whether it was short, long, short, whatever. We had 2,000 views yesterday. Okay, I haven't had 2,000 views since like the Wnba finals. And I gained 7 new subscribers. Shout out to my 7 new subscribers. Man, y'all made my day yesterday. You really encouraged me to sit up here and continue to do this. I just got to tell you. T, holy moly. Yes, Joe, 2,000 views from my live show. Isn't that crazy? That's what I'm talking about. I'll be right back. Okay. Hello.
Hi, Drew. This Bear Beauty. Can you hear me?
Okay, I saw T. I didn't know who it was. I was like, test me. Hold up. I need controls.
I was coming in. Hi. It was too much typing, and you were jumping from topic to topic, so I couldn't
Girl,
type
I'm
fast enough.
excited. I'm so excited.
I'm like,
Joe.
you jumping from topic to topic. I was saying, no, Rhea, if that guy or whoever in their front office, if they cut Rhea, I'm gonna scream. Yes, she
Oh,
fit really well, and she does great with the minutes that are given to her. She
okay.
does really, really well. I did watch it like from here and there. It's like every time I did tune in
Okay.
for the last couple of minutes, I did see her in, and she did really well. And that height showed a lot. I like when she got the putback. She missed her shot, but she got the putback. I was like, yeah, that's, and it was some pretty, decent people in there. So I'm like, okay, yeah, I liked it. That I definitely think Connecticut needs that because there's not a lot of hype there. Like, yeah,
That's what I want to hear you say. Thank you, Bear Beauty, because we were so engrossed in our conversation that I was glancing at the TV and I said, "Oh shoot, Raisin," but I didn't want to interrupt the panel. And I was like, but I couldn't tell. It was like the ball was bouncing around. It was getting kind of messy. And for you to sum it up like that, man. And Joe's new to the channel, so welcome, Joe. He said, "Hey T,"
welcome, Joe.
she's
Hi,
Bear Beauty, and
I'm
she
Bella Beauty, and when I be in the chat, T when I come up.
yeah, when she comes up, and he said, "Let's hope they keep her." He's in agreement. He's from Vermont, Connecticut. Vermont is in Connecticut, right? Duh. So he is a Connecticut man. But check this out, you guys. We ain't even seen Anissa and Sanaya Rivers. So tell me what you think when we add them.
That's what I'm saying. All three of them go hand in hand. You cannot have one without the other. All three of them go hand in hand with what you, I mean, what compared to what, I'm sorry, Connecticut, you have to add some, there has to be some flavoring somewhere. Now, don't get me wrong. I do like what I saw last night because it was some shooters. And JC Sheldon, and
Why she looked so much better?
she looked
Like
so much
Chase.
better
Oh
and different. So this is what I wanted to come up and say because you were saying about South Carolina about Pow Pow. That's the perfect place for her too. So it just might be where you land
it
and the
is.
fit for you because, and I'm kind of like I don't I'm LSU, but I'm kind of glad that I'm not glad because if you get a spot, you would want to remain on your spot or stick. But for Bree Hall, I'm kind of glad that she getting
Getting
out of got
getting
out of
where
Indiana because I don't.
yeah.
It wasn't. Yeah. I'm like, this is not for you, girl. And like I said, I'm an LSU fan, but I watch everything.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, you will want the best for the players, at least coming out and with this whole cutting thing and everything. So I'm kind of glad she got out of there because Indiana just look a foolish mess. Like I don't know. I got to figure out what's going on with them.
I'm trying to I thought today that I'm glad you're here and that you said that because Joe, because I told Joe when he said, I started watching ball because of Caitlin. And people get shy to say that. And I'm like, don't feel that way because if that's who drew you in, it doesn't matter. I always say rising tide raise all boats. It doesn't matter. If that's who drew you in, I'm not a hater of Caitlin. I clearly explained my take with Caitlin. On my show, we're gonna talk about everybody. You feel me? I'm
Yes.
gonna talk about every team. Like just like you see me during the NCAA. It's like you read for LSU. Yeah, I like LSU. I do.
And that's what drew me to come over here and like so I feel like when I come here I can have regardless if we, everybody knows
You know
next
how
to
everybody know
you
I'm a
Trojans,
Trojan.
listen, you
Right,
Trojans up and
right.
down everywhere. Even when I see you on other platforms, you're Trojan. Understand that. But you can have an intellectual conversation about, without all the other extra mess because at the end of the day, it's just an opinion. It's just an opinion of what I might think, you might think, they think, we think, it's an opinion. And I'm not a clock hater either. Like, I mean, I'm watching the game. I don't have no reason to hate these people. Like they all I wish them well. I'm watching the game. But what I did want to say is that I don't think everybody, that's the thing, everybody don't fit with clock. So I don't know if Indiana ran and got all these people, were great, and you compiled everything on just on one team. I mean, it's just the beginning. So of course we'll see. But I just think everybody don't when you find a core that fits around her, I think you should just, kind of stick with it and refresh maybe 2 to 3 players. So it's just not a complete change. But I can't figure out Indiana with all that movement that they had. So I just kind of want to see. Um, but I'm definitely watching all games because there's so many players that came out.
That's
I
it.
think
That's why I'm all over the place.
Yeah,
That
you're
is
all over the place.
that's
It's
why
much
I don't. You
more.
might see me watch. You might see me. I can't think of a team that is like, I not really want to, because Phoenix. Okay, so they didn't. Seattle didn't pick anyone up. Okay, because they just didn't, and they and none of their players got picked up when they were for the free agency, the drafted free agent. None of them got selected. But when they added Dominique Malonga, and they let no, did they let go of anybody? I don't think they let go of anybody. And Jordan's hurt, right? So I'm like, I'm very curious, with Seattle, but I've always watched Seattle. But say Phoenix was always kind of. I like that BG left because DT is gone, right? So
Hmm.
I think with Phoenix, it's just a curiosity for me. And what I saw the other day, Bear Beauty, I'm like, oh my God, that's just not what I thought Phoenix. I didn't think the Phoenix was going to be playing as well as they did.
Right.
I don't have
Right.
any
And,
Bear Beauty that I'm not going to watch. I'm watching my girls from college, and over the next couple of years, I'm really going to be watching my girls coming out.
right. And I think you gotta watch and make sure everything because even with I was watching last night course for Connecticut because I just needed to see. I think I got a more clearer picture last night of Connecticut, kind of
And
what
believe
they
it,
want to
tell the
do.
truth. Tell the
That
truth.
first game,
You
that
did
first
not
game,
think.
I was like, what in the HELL is this? I was like, oh my gosh. I was so disinterested. I was like, what is going on? I can't. Please help me. And I have to. Like, it's like, even if I don't watch the game, I
Yeah.
have to support because it's Morrow. Like, I need to support. I need to watch. And not only that, just everybody that came in. And I like Tina Charles. But I wanted to say this. Last night when I was watching for Connecticut, but I was also watching New York because by them not having but
But
what
not
is it?
Elijah
Benija, yeah,
Amy.
they
Yeah.
look kind of different. I also wanted to see what Marquisha Davis did because she didn't
She
get
did
much
good.
playing time. So yeah, but last year she didn't get much playing time. So technically, it feels like she's just now a rookie. It feels like
Rookie.
she just came in because she
Yeah.
didn't get no playing time that much last season. So I wanted to see how she was going to handle the playing time. Looking at Sherrod,
See that
who
three she got? She pulled that three real natural at the towards the what was it? Towards the end. I don't know if you saw that.
right. But the reason why I was watching her
Uh-huh.
is because I think she took in my observation, I think she took the championship um more to heart and probably felt a little bit more accomplished than Davis because she came in and got more playing time than
She did.
Davis and she wasn't even
She did.
listen. So I think she took it. So I wanted to see if she was going to be complacent when she being that okay, you still need to get on the team. It doesn't matter if they picked you up last year. This is a whole different year. So I wanted to see what she was going to do. And Marquisha, I wanted to see her attitude, being that she got a ring, but I wanted to see if she was going to go with I have a ring now. I don't have no pressure on my back. I can just play and kind of show you who I am, or if she was just gonna show up and be like, I got a ring, so it don't even matter. I just wanted to see. So I was watching them too. So to be honest, it doesn't. It's so much movement that happened. Things look so different. I
Yep.
kind of want to see everything. I didn't get a. I watched a little bit, but I didn't get a chance to watch LA because oh my gosh, the Sparks and the Aces is gonna be very hard because I fall asleep. I'm on East Coast time, so I be falling asleep on their games
Oh,
so
because it got
late.
so late.
Right. I try to watch it, but
Okay.
I fell asleep like in the first 40 minutes. And I was just like, not even 40, maybe first 20 minutes, I would say. I fell asleep. So I'm like, yeah,
I think
this
that
gonna
I
be
think
hard.
that that's what happened to a lot of people when Juju started playing. I don't think people woke up until conference play and we defeated Stanford and she had 51 points and they were ranked 2 or 4 in the country. And I think it's because of the games. Like Joe's laughing at you. Joe's laughing. He's laughing because he's on the East Coast. And I don't think people were real familiar with Juju Watkins on the East Coast.
Joe, I was so upset because when I woke up, I really was watching because I wanted to see what, to be honest, completely, I wanted to see what Deja Kelly was gonna do. And when I woke up, I'm like, what in the world happened to the game? When I woke up, my phone said the game ended on the NBA, WNBA app. I was so shamed. I'm like, well, when did I fall asleep? Those games are going to be really tough for me. That's why the only time I really got to watch, hey Biwa, the only time I got to really watch Juju was if, the game was a little bit earlier or they were playing, with my time. But being on the East Coast and trying to watch is very, very hard.
It's very hard. It's very hard for you guys. When I was in college, didn't get to watch a lot of anything because in college we didn't have cable. When I was in the dorm, it was my freshman and sophomore year. So my grandmother had passed, so I flew to Newark, New Jersey, and I was spending time with my grandpa. My grandpa was in the chair, he was about to watch the football game, and it was the strangest thing for me to see him half-ass watching sleep right at 9:30 at night till 11 or something, right? I was like, I was about 19. I'm thinking, like, this is how you guys watch football games at 9:30 at night? This game is on for me at 6:30 in Cali. And it's like, yeah, like it is. And I was thinking, like, I'm not watching a whole NFL game at 9:30 at night. I'm just gonna tell you that right now. I don't know how y'all do it. If our game comes on at 7 o'clock, say the Sparks, it's 10 o'clock at night on a weekday. In college, I got class in the morning, or when I was working. You feel me? Like I'm gonna have to really, really want to watch this. Like I'm thinking, like y'all are up to like 1 o'clock in the morning, and then double overtime. You got me messed up.
Yes, and listen, I'm like, oh, I don't want to sleep, but I really wanted to see it. But I went back in, and while I was working my shift at work, because I work from my house, so I'm like, great. I went right on and rewinded back, and I had to rewatch the game to, even though
Gotta
they
get
had
your
clips,
opinion.
I really wanted to see the in game
I gotta get
action, so
your.
I had to
I gotta
rewatch.
get your opinion on something. The memes. First of all, it was on something called K-Pigs. I'm in the Bay Area, so I thought this was some kind of local station. I don't know what it was, but I could not get it on the WNBA free pass. So it took me a couple of days to get back to finding it when they do the run back, right? But
Mhm.
on Instagram, jokes were made about the Sparks and playing the Bounce. Okay, and I was like, "What's the joke?" It's like it was almost like people were clowning them, like, "What are they? They look a mess." And girl, is it me? But when I watched the game, I thought it was a very competitive game, and the Bucks was hanging with the Sparks. I didn't see what the joke was. Am I
I
missing
don't
something?
see what it was either because what I did look when I did tune into that game, but I was kind of going like doing something else. But I did tune into the game and I watched it, and
Yeah.
I don't see what the joke about because the Valks they were not playing. They like yeah we knew, but yeah we're not playing. And
Did you notice how well I had never seen familiar with the game of Leticia Amir, but one day I had saw her come in for Atlanta, and I thought she was real athletic, and I was like, so they were talking about how she, when I was on Sess Channel, they were talking about like when she's from South Carolina, this, and that, and why they not playing her, and I'm thinking because she ain't no good. What do you mean? So then this summer, I kind of saw her overseas, and so I started watching overseas, and which I don't have a high opinion of overseas. I think that we're the best players in the world are America, and she was balling, right? So, girl, I turn on the Sparks and Box game. This young lady had like 20 points and was hooping.
yeah, it was. I mean,
That was
if
the
I was
wrong
just
team,
watching
wrong coach. Speaking about what you just said earlier about the right fit, how did they miss how good this woman is? And she had her on the bench for 2 years.
right, I mean, if it
We're watching the
if
game.
it, if
Hold on.
it
We're watching the game, be well, on WNBA free pass. Go ahead, free. Hey, Miss D. Hey, chat. She said, hey. Okay, go
Hey,
ahead.
hey, hey. I was gonna say, like, keeping up with the game, like the only thing about watching it, the Valkyries, I didn't, with the exception of the current ones that I went on, like Kate Martin and what's
Tiffany.
this Tiffany. Yeah, some of the rest of the I didn't like I
They're
only
not.
know a few players. I'm not familiar with them. So
Yeah, yeah,
um, so I'm not familiar with them. So it was the way to keep up was to, some of the Sparks players I was actually looking at, I wanted to see.
yeah.
I really was watching that game because I wanted to see what Fago, I wanted to see what she was gonna do. Tuning in,
I
but
didn't
tuning
hear.
in.
I haven't heard good stuff yet. I haven't. I don't know. I haven't. What have you heard?
I mean, I haven't heard anything about it, but the play I did see her get in, she looked just a little bit confused. I
Okay.
mean, it wasn't bad, but she looked a little bit confused. I don't know if somebody didn't communicate, but she got lost in. I think she got like she. I'm thinking of the play. I'm trying to think. I think it was a play. I know she was up on the basket. I think she was supposed to be in a post, but she wasn't up under the basket.
She's at the high
So,
on a free throw a lot, like she did at South Carolina. I think she's comfortable there, but I think they want her down low. But I don't know that. I'm thinking like I know you may not be comfortable, sweetheart, but you got to run the play the way they want you to run it first.
but did they come? I mean, that's the thing. It was that communicated to her because it's like she definitely was out of position because she wasn't underneath the. It clearly you could see there was like space, open space back there. So I'm like, did she? Like it was evident. I said, did she get lost? Like I was looking, but I don't know if she got pulled out after that. I think I got distracted.
Oh
They were
no.
on, and it was another game that was on, right? I think I was watching two games at one time. I was watching something else at the
Mm,
same time to where I don't
mm.
know if she got pulled or what, but
Right,
I don't know
right.
what happened after that. I just wanted to look and see exactly like what, the different players. Like I said, rooting them on, even though they're still young players. You did watch them compete against your team, whatever. So
Mm,
just looking at them all, just seeing exactly what they do and if they are cut, just looking to see if they deserve to be cut because,
right.
just because you was good in college don't mean you're gonna be good at the next level. I don't even care if it was some of my favorite player.
I don't care
You
either.
know?
If you're either you got it or you don't.
Right, right, right. You don't just want to be saying, through the popularity, oh, why did they cut them or whatever. No. Nah, when I'm looking at it, I'll be saying in my head, yeah, I see why they let you go. Like for instance, like I was saying with the sellers thing, I
Yeah.
just flat out said you could see that she didn't fit there.
Could you? Did you?
Yeah, she didn't
I
fit
never
there.
saw her. We never. Oh, you were watching the practices.
No. I didn't even watch the practices. I told you I went to the roster. And based on where they want to go, I was saying she didn't fit there. I don't even think I don't know if she practiced or not because they just made their determination right away and still haven't said exactly what happened. You said she
I
did everything that she told
I
you.
totally think, and I have to agree. I think. Sorry, but it's a matter of fit, like she said. Like nothing's wrong, but if I have to choose who I think would fit my scheme, if I got too many of you that play like you, uh, Cheyenne, what stood out? How do you stand out more than the players that I have in your position? That's all it is.
Okay,
And
so so stop right there. So with that being said, you would have thought that she would have semi released that in her statement. But if you's coming out saying, "Oh, this player did everything," it's not from injury and da 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 da, you would okay. So then it's just a matter of your personal feeling on you keeping. Oh, I like this person better than I like this person.
it could be chemistry like that. It could be how the
It
other
has to
players.
be because she just want like I'm not trying. They maybe they turn out to be good, but listen. She rubbed me. That coach rubbed me the wrong. I don't know if it was the coach or the GM decision. It rubbed me the wrong way a little bit because and that's their prerogative. It's their organization, But they want a little certain type of players here and there, but most of them are international. Like they don't really want
Right.
Cheyenne sellers don't fit any of that. And then if you are taking some
Not
straight out of college, it's not Cheyenne sellers. Like it's not that aura. You know what I'm saying? Like I
Cheyenne.
can see.
I'm just gonna tell you, I think Cheyenne can make any team. Her style of play to me was I had her high in my draft in the first place, and it's not because you know the style, you know the kind of players that I like that are very definite and have something specific that stands out. She doesn't necessarily have that, and I think she's the kind of player where a player's broken and you need someone to create something or hustle or get a garbage play or a 50-50 ball. Cheyenne, it's your person. That's how I see her. And she's fast. She's quick. So I said for her, okay, let go of Bree, you let go of Cheyenne. Out of the two, I think Cheyenne could get picked up faster than Bree would. And sure enough, it happened. Bree, on the other hand, I don't know where I see her fitting, to be honest.
I think she's gonna fit somewhere. I'm just glad it wasn't Indiana, to be honest, because I don't know what they have that you need us. Indiana just need to stop picking up people
And
just
they
to win
always
when they know they have Clark, and Clark, no disrespect, but Clark has to have a certain, certain type of people around her, certain type of players, let me say, because I don't want to say people because these people be going crazy. Certain type of players around her just to make it look like smooth and seamless, and I don't think she was gonna fit there. So why not let her go and let somebody else get her?
so B Will said, and I agree. If her play style didn't fit, then why did you draft her? Why draft her?
Are you talking, Be Will? Who are you talking about? Sellers?
Cheyenne Sellers.
Well, that's what I keep screaming without saying it. I might be sugarcoating it a little bit, but what I'm flat out saying is that
Why did they do that then? Why did you?
why
Why?
exactly? That's why I said you gave no explanation. You came out and said this little 1, 2, 3, whatever, whatever. Just because everybody probably wanted to know I was talking about it. But you didn't really you gave an explanation without giving one. And it just simply, and I said that it just simply makes no sense. Like,
Like
you
I don't like
knew when
when
you
you go for a
drafted
job and you go for a promotion but you have this. You telling me all of this stuff. What was it that separated me if me and the other person were similar and had the same qualifications or what have you? So what separated?
and
And
see,
I think it's who you're most comfortable with, maybe.
NCB will. That's what I'm trying to say. They had 4 years of film, so they knew exactly what they were getting. But what I'm really saying, without saying it, wasn't about no film, because you knew exactly who you were getting. So what I want to know is, what was it about?
Couldn't have been her
You
sexuality because San Francisco is full of gay and lesbian and LGBTQ, and
I
she's
don't think it was
engaged.
about that
She's
either.
engaged, so it can't be that.
I don't think it was about that either, Drew. I've been very honest every time I speak on it and say
Yep.
this. I've been honest about it. Like it's just what it is. They don't
So
want.
now it's rubbed everybody the wrong way. Now we're looking at Natalie Nakasi sideways.
Yeah, I told you when I looked at that roster, because I thought Nice was going there. So I followed them. I studied. I said, okay, let me see where they're going, what they want. I was even looking at, you know, everything before the draft came. And when I looked at that roster and who they pulled and choose, I'm like, I'm glad Nice ain't go over there. Lord.
Because I had Anissa going there, then I had Kiki going there, then I had Dominique. Originally Dominique Malunga I had going there, and my earlier picks when I had before they had swapped out the Seattle got the number 2 draft.
So basically, the bouts are going to be like Indiana. Everybody can't go and play them.
Look at the score, Bear Beauty. It is 35-33. Look at Atlanta. You need to talk. Okay, let me tell you who's on the floor if you can't see right now.
I
So
can't.
Sophie, Natasha, Kelsey, Clark, and I like Michaela Timpson, right? I like that pickup, right?
Uh huh.
Let's see what they do on this break. Nothing, to be honest with you. It's a solid team. Don't get me wrong, but there's nothing special about it. Okay, that's surrounding Clark. I'm not a fan of Natasha Howard like that. She was good when she first came into to. You guys can. I don't care if you can tell me why. I would love to hear because I know what she did when she first came out of college, but it's not the same player to me. And I don't see anything special about this team. Nobody's standing out in terms of being a complete like scorer.
That's another thing I was gonna say. Why I said I don't know.
Yeah, so they can be beat. There's
To
no.
me, I'm feeling like I don't know if the new play, some of the new players are not quite understanding. But even when I was watching when the game first came on, when Caitlin Clark got the ball, like she like to. It, I mean, you can almost tell at a certain point of coming down the court if she's gonna take it, if she's gonna try to take it in, or she's gonna try to pull up. And some people ain't get the memo yet that okay, at this point she's gonna pull up. So that way you can try to, box somebody out or she don't make it, you can get the rebound or what. I don't know if they're trying to feel her flow out, but something is just not clicking right now.
I think so. I think so, but I like what Kelsey just did. It was the only thing she could do just now. She had to create and get her own shot, and it wasn't from the corner like the way Sides had her, and it went in. So Kelsey's going to have to go back to shooting a lot because nobody's looking to score. I'm looking at Natasha backing down. She goes for the end. She scored. It was like nobody. They were just working the ball around, but nobody was like really trying to back down and get a bucket. I can't. There's no one aggressively. Ooh, hey, who made that shot from Atlanta? Who is that? Who's number? B Will, who is that just scored for Atlanta? Who is that girl? Is she from out of college? Who is that? Oh, Bear Beauty. I'm not afraid of anybody. Watching watching the what I've seen so far in the dub. Aces look a lot better than I thought, except for the first string. The second team looked great. But I'm not. There's no one that is like, ooh.
Yeah.
B Will, that was Nas Hillman with all the hair out like that. That made that shot. Okay.
Yeah, so right now I don't have no favorites really right now because everything just look. I'm still I'm like 1 week less confused than I was the week before. I need a few more games, something like that, because everything just looks so different.
I mean, the Sky run and get down. I see a lot of potential in them, a lot more than people really. Oh, goodness gracious! Who is that? Look at Atlanta! Oh my gosh! Look at Atlanta! That's not Hillman. Me with
Jew and chat, because I'm sorry, I'm just up here straight talking to Jew instead of the chat. Jew and chat. Anybody watch the game last night? I don't know, even when she was with the Sky, I like Lindsay Allen.
She plays way better with Connecticut.
Yeah, she does. Like, I don't know.
No, I can't say that. She had abilities for Sky, but there wasn't people around her when they were all getting hurt and stuff to kind of complement her. So she had to do more than what Lindsay's capable of doing. Connecticut got some pieces around her, so she looks a lot better. Oh, that's Mia Coffee. Are you familiar with Mia Coffee, Bear Beauty?
No. I used to be completely honest. I used to watch the WNBA like I think I started watching it like I used to watch it back in the day, and then I started back like really tuning in again with the BG era. And
Reinhardt gets on my nerves. That was a terrible shot. She just messed up. I'm sorry, Bear Beauty. You had to see what she just did. That's what I'm talking about, B Will. That kind of stuff she does. She went and we they could have had back-to-back baskets. She came down the court and pulled up, and Indiana they run on a miss, and they took off down the court. They got nothing out of it. But why not take? Why would you shoot so early in the clock, Ryan Howard? It was raggedy. I can't stand her game. She's not smart in her decision making with all that of talent that she has. And I'm sorry, I'm just gonna tell you, that's how I feel. You're a veteran on that team. That what you just did just now, you just messed up the momentum. And now they got a technical. Well, I don't even know what for. Did you see? Okay, B will agree. Did you see what she just did? How she just came down and broke the flow just now? She had the lane for an easy bucket and she pulled up as big as you are. You couldn't even go for a mid-range pull-up or nothing. You shot a 3-ball like goofy. Joe Hart said, I'm overwhelmed with all the extra players. I'm waiting for Thursday, 5 p.m. to have the roster set. Then I'll focus on 156 players. I think Bear Beauty is in a good. That's how we feel, Joe. We're like all over the place right now. Can we just get a set 5 to 8? And I can give a better assessment of what I think. But right now, my brain is scrambling because I'm who is that? What is that? Okay, all right, that's good. Keep her in. Where's she been? Like right now? Right now, Atlanta looks better than Indiana. Clark's still doing her thing. She's actually shooting a lot more Bear Beauty this year, right now, early on. Oh, well, she shot last year, but they weren't falling. I'll take that back. In the beginning of the season, her shot was just not falling, and that's okay. D, what's up, Jew, JP? On with you. No, that's Bear Beauty on with me. Joe's in the chat. B Will's in the chat. Bear Beauty's up here with me. Ruby always stop by and say hello. I hope Ruby always comes in. And Miss D stopped through. I hope you guys hit that like button when you came through. It's 3:00 y'all time, about 12, almost 1 mine. And Joe, what game are you watching? Because the next game comes on after this. Miss D still rolling. Hey, Miss D, what do I think about Powell play? I think Powell, Bear Beauty, you can answer as well. I think Powell is doing, in my opinion, better than I thought she would. Worthy of making the team, worthy of contributing to the team. She's so comfortable. And I think the minutes that you give her are going to be, she's going to, from playing with Don and her system, that in and out kind of, well, she probably played like 10, 13, 15 minutes a game. I think it is perfect for the pros. She fits in perfectly. My boys say hello. Hey, boys. Hey, Joe.
I think as well. I think Papa is doing good, and then she's doing good on both sides. It's not like she's scoring and they're getting defended. She looks great.
I never thought she could keep, and I'm glad you said that, Bear Beauty. I never thought she was going to keep up defensively.
Why? I think she. I think she was. I never really thought. Why did
I think? Because I think towards the end of the, like, she would pull Powell out during pressure moments, and she wasn't able to stop a lot of players that were quicker than her in college. And I never saw Don. That wasn't the player she put Raven in, or she put Lay in, or she put Tessa in. You know what I'm saying? I never saw how, like, she's not quick enough to guard like the best player guard. You know, she's not picking them up 94 feet. And I thought that when she got to the pros, her height would cause her to have to pick up some of the quicker players like Clark, um, Chelsea Gray, things like that. So I didn't know how that was going to look. Kelsey
Let's see, let's see
Courtney,
her with. We seen her. Let's see her play. Uh, maybe about two more. We need to see her play like a different style.
can she keep up with Sloop? Can she keep up with Courtney Williams? Can she keep up with Gray?
Right, that's what I'm
Keep up
saying.
with Clark?
Different
That's
style,
smart.
like
But maybe
play.
she can keep up with a shooting guard, a tall shooting guard. Maybe she can get up underneath them. But so far, the way my thing is this: if you're on a shooting guard that shoots with the right hand, you want to take the right hand away. Obviously, not to try to steal or block, but to force them to go um, left and not left, but more so force them into your forwards to defend them. You force them to into the double or force them into the paint. You force them. You take it away. You slide over enough, which by then a screen would come. Either depending on your team's offensive style, either you're going to go over the screen or you're going to switch. You might switch. But I got to look at. I don't know why they're not taking advantage of Powell. So Powell's doing her thing. She's doing her thing right now. I see nothing that I can critique. I don't know. She's doing her thing, guys. And I think it was just me that probably felt that way. But my friend pointed it out when I was watching her in college because I was like, "What's wrong with that about?"
Wait a minute. So tell me this for the aces, they only have what, one more spot?
See, it's crazy because we got it. The question is, um, Bell's on a guaranteed. You can't protect it. Okay. Then I don't think they let go of Dana Evans, right?
No, I think she's staying. They have to keep her.
See those two, but because you did that and you got nine, I mean, you let go of Harmony Turner, you let go of Queen Edbo. So then you have, help me out, Be Well. You got, what's her name? You got Nye and you got Kelly that I'm focusing on. But I feel like there's someone else in this scenario that I think they can only fit one or two players, but they got to let someone go. It's some kind of dilemma that we were talking about last night. And I was like, wait, what? And that's why we were like, they need to increase it to 15. This 12 stuff is just awkward. It's like,
But when I said that the other day, I was like, I think that was you. You was like, we already increased the roster spot. I'm like, yeah, that's not.
I found out I was wrong. And I apologize for that. And I'm glad you brought that up because I thought that they increased the games, but they were talking about going to 15. Reddit Milky Way, what's up, chat? That's another one. Hit that like button as you come in. Welcome. So I thought they went to 15. So guess what? Now we're not at 15. So somebody has to go. Jacob, you're on Instagram. I didn't see you over here. Sorry about that. If I haven't been reading anything, you're on Instagram. So the Fever only have up to 2 with Griner out, Alicia Gray and Ryan Howard struggling from the field. So I'm reading over here on Instagram. I'm trying to see if there's anybody else on Instagram. Jacob, I was wondering where you are. You got to come over to YouTube or else I'm going to have to keep going back and forth. I apologize. I didn't see you, Jacob. I hope you're still with me. You can hear me. I apologize. Yeah, come to Insta, but hit the like button for me over here and on Instagram. Thank you those of you that are joining me on Instagram. That's real cool. And then let's see. Oh, there you go. You are. Okay, you are on YouTube. Okay, so when I went over there, I hadn't seen you earlier. Yeah, Instagram. I'm on Instagram. And let me see how many people are on X. Those of you who are following me on Twitter, you may come on over to YouTube. You can go to my profile. You can hit the menu. And if you're over on X and you just want to follow that way, hit that like button for me so I know, say hello so I can greet you, give you a shout out. And I appreciate you joining. And I appreciate you subscribing if you please will do. Jacob said, "Hey Joe," but Bear Beauty.
So is there anybody we missing that we were?
No, don't talk. No. You guys have that conversation in the Discord, Jacob. I don't know what you're about to say, but we're gonna talk about other content creators here. Um,
Please.
please don't. Please don't.
Is there anyone we're missing like that we should be observing or trying to see what
For which team?
like that just came out or that
That
didn't get much playing time last year? That's like grown to
I,
10.
I said Leticia Amor has impressed me uh,
Mm-hmm.
to the point of no return. Like to see her be the leading scorer. I mean, listen, I'm not talking about with 10 points. I'm talking about with 20. She shocked me.
Mm.
I know that B Will mentioned just now Nas Hillman. I think he's always like Nas Hillman. I've always heard that name, and I think I remember her in college. Um, she's doing well. Let's see. But if you think about you know who else shocked me? And I think you mentioned it, Bear Beauty. Doggone J.C. Sheldon.
No, no, I don't know who that.
She was hooping. You know who Sheldon is? She played for Dallas last year. She was the third. She was like she was number 3 in the draft
Mm.
last year, and we were no, not number 3. I think Camilla was 5. Maybe she was like 5, and she came from Ohio State. And
Oh,
they
you said
had her,
JC?
yeah, J.C. Sheldon.
JC. Yeah. I mentioned her. Yeah, she definitely last night she looked different. I'm like, I don't know what Dallas was doing over there, but she.
I don't know what they were doing. I think she was asked to do the dirty work because no other guard. Um, she just didn't look the same as what I felt that her play in college would have translated over way better than it did last year. How she's playing for Connecticut, from what I saw yesterday, that's the J.C. Sheldon that I thought would make a difference.
Yeah, I like Blush. She had some moments when playing with Dallas. She had some moments that it was because as bad as Dallas was, she she had some moments to where it was like, okay, it brought life when the situation was just bad.
Yeah,
But I like her. Last night she seemed so free. She was just playing, just shooting.
right.
Very good. Very
So,
good.
so D, you said you need backup. We're going with the next time. Not that you need it though. Oh, for sure. Yeah, I always gonna need backup because if Bear Beauty drops off and I gotta go check on my mom or something, I'm gonna leave her up here until you fellas are ready to step up and kind of keep the conversation flowing. We're at halftime right now. B Will said JC can play. She was 6. No, you're right. She's 5. Yeah, she was 5. Okay, good. Thank you for confirming that. She wasn't ready to play the point on a struggling team last year.
Mhm.
So how that's a good thing. So B Will said the refs are horrible early on. So do you mean like overall of the games, or are you just talking about today early on? B Will. I'm tired. I'm so tired. I can't do refs. College, I pretty much. Hey, did you guys hear what they're proposing to do in college? We may have some reviews, Bear Beauty. You guys chat. They might incorporate because there's so many times I wanted to just say, can a ref please ask for can a college can we get a replay here? Can we get a review? Because it's costing us. And I should have had. I was supposed to screenshot it so I can tell you the suggestion and the rules that I read. I think I put it in the Discord.
So are they about to go? They about to be like the NFL where the replay is done in the booth.
Just like pros.
Mm.
Just like the WNBA. And I think they're a little nervous. If you see where I put that, Jacob, if you are able to screenshot it and bring it over, but I had or summarize it. But there were these rules that I had found, and I was kind of in favor for it, except for people like you that are on the East Coast. I don't think you're ready for it because it's going to stretch out the time. See, they're college students, right, y'all? And if we stretch out, we pretty much, when we watch a college game, it's pretty much 2 hours and we're good. We're done, right? This is going to add an extra 30 minutes on to everything. Okay, not including overtime. If anybody wants to come up, the link was in the be will. The link is in the chat.
Hey, Juju.
Oh man, what happened to?
How you doing?
How you doing? I accidentally kicked out. How did I do that? I accidentally kicked out.
Oh, they're muted.
Yeah, or did she leave? Hold on. Where'd you go? Let's see. I couldn't have done that. That's not how that works. Where are you? What's going on, my brother?
Not much. Just I just got back home, so I saw like the end of the second quarter. So I'm just rewatching. I'm watching the first quarter.
Okay, you were watching. Okay, so good because we're at halftime.
Yeah. What I was talking about with the refs, man, these refs suck already. I don't mind refs missing calls, but I can't stand refs when they make no calls. You know, when they make late calls. Yeah, they gave. I just watched them almost 2 times in a row give Aaliyah Boston 2 late foul calls because she missed the basket. Like, come on, man. If it wasn't a foul on the shot, it wasn't a foul then. Hold your whistle. Don't wait for it to see if it goes in.
What do you? Okay, I thought that was just me. Oh my god.
It's so annoying.
God. It's so annoying, and it's like you wait because see when you do that, when you're on the floor and you're playing, everybody can tell if it was a foul, right? So they kind of pause and they stop, and they don't know if they're going to call it or not. And then another player jumps in and grabs the ball or something like that. I would have to tell my players play through until they blow that whistle twice.
Yep.
So they're like, blah, blah, blah. Like
make them blow it twice.
Yeah, make them blow it twice. Like make them blow it twice. What's up, Joe?
Hey,
Joe?
hey.
Hey, Joe.
Hey. Can you hear me?
Very well, very well.
I'm trying to shut down all the YouTube so I don't get that echo.
There you go. You got it. Or you can mute it. If you want.
Oh, I don't. There's too many mute buttons. I don't know which one to hit.
Right.
So, hey. Thanks.
You'll be a pro in no time, Joe. You'll be a pro in no time.
Hey, thanks, B. Will. Thanks. As if you probably wouldn't tell that I've live streamed for the past 12 years, but that's all right. I still don't learn things. I still don't learn.
You said that.
So, anyway.
Yeah, but maybe what people, I don't know. I don't know how they get access to streaming the game, like, and streaming it and talking over it. Maybe if I stream the game, I think you would hear a voice and not see us. Is that how that works?
If you showed the game?
Yeah, if I were to show the game, would I be in
the court? You can't do that on YouTube.
It's pretty hard to show the game. They always catch you.
They catch you. Okay.
Yeah. But I think you can do I mean, I don't know, but I think you
can
do,
true.
You can do the screen, the ratio.
Uh-huh.
You know how TV screens have different ratios?
Yeah.
You can do it very distorted, and sometimes they can't see you. They don't find you as easily.
Yeah. And maybe because I'm not as large as some of the other.
Right. You could probably show it, but
I might get away with it for a little while.
Look, sounds like Joe already the pro.
I will find somebody that's gonna give me the hookup.
I used to follow the first place I first started live streaming and being media and stuff was motorsports. I mentioned that yesterday.
Yep.
So it was NASCAR, and I've been to 100 or more races. But I was like, oh, rules don't apply to me. I can show a race. So I was showing Formula One, and in about 3.5 seconds, it was shut down. I mean, they immediately. Formula One does not mess around. So I saw a W game a couple days ago, and they lasted about 35 minutes. So it's not as Anyway, Formula One was. I thought I was a felon. I was like, I probably did something. Oh my God,
They give me a warning. They'll shoot me like an email, like if I have content and
right.
say you may want to take this out or whatever. But a couple of times I've been able to like show, and it was kind of distorted. But I wonder if I do it now. I was showing On the Rise before the game was started. I was showing them Juju I can show because it was only like 20 something minutes. Like I would start 20 minutes early to warm everybody up, and some people had never seen it. So they were actually watching before it was time for the game to start. And I never got flagged or, anything for that. So I don't really know if
I would never want to encourage that at all. But I would assume when the game is on WNBA League Pass, you would probably get away with a lot more than if it was on ESPN. So
probably.
This preseason might be
a time to do it, huh?
Yeah. But I don't encourage it. I do not encourage it.
I wouldn't
Let me be clear.
Right.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind doing it as long as they don't go back and make me lose my whole channel. Like I had a person
it ain't worth it, Jew.
I had a person, I took something from their channel or whatever, and I got a lot of views on it, and then they complained, and I got a message, not the DM from them, but through the message that I was flagged said that the creator did not allow this or something like that. Like if you go and you get permission from the creators,
right?
Then that's what when I was reading the rules, I ain't got time to read. I'm retired. I ain't trying to read all the stuff that they have. So but I do this quick, fast reading, and I picked up on it. It was like the creator didn't allow it. So I said, hey, I'm giving you promotion. Like, you know what I'm saying? That I learned that I'm hearing about watermarks and all this kind of stuff. And then sometimes people cross out the watermark or put the photo over it, and then you can get away with it. It's a lot of little tricky things. And I just started like anyway. Like you're trying to speed me up on some stuff here. Like, Kelsey and Cece are foul merchant. Jacob, what's that mean? 4943. What's foul merchant mean, Jacob?
What's a merchant? Foul merchant? What's that?
I'm trying to like foul merchants. They just they get a lot of them. Then I'm dead. He got the skeleton up. He's like, I'm dead. Well, when Cece fouls, it's because she can't keep up. They foul a lot. I got it right. Okay, I'll be right back, guys. Hold it down. My mom's calling.
Okay.
No worries.
Cool. Sorry, I was focused on something.
Indiana coming out cooking.
Yeah, they probably weren't happy just being ahead by 2 points.
Yeah. Come on, Ryan Howard. I don't know if I like. Ooh, there you go, Ryan. I don't know if I like BG and Brianna Jones on the court at the same time.
Right. Yeah, man. No kidding.
Especially with a team that's running like this. It's not they're too slow. They can't run. You can't have. It's okay if you have one player not get back. You can't have two.
So yeah, Jacob, how you doing today, man? It's good to see you back. I mean, I'm back, not you. Y'all are the regulars, so it's good to see y'all.
That's all right. You'll become a regular too. Yep. Everybody got to start somewhere.
Oh man, for sure.
Sorry if I'm making any noise. I'm making myself a little afternoon drink, a little tea.
Oh, nice.
I love a good Manhattan.
Sweet.
I'm actually not overly impressed by Atlanta. I think
Really?
right now, I think. Well, you know what? That's that's actually not what I mean. I think Ryan Howard and Alicia Gray aren't shooting well right now.
Right.
So
Oh, Bear, welcome back, Bear Beauty. Her phone blanked out.
oh, I was hoping it wasn't me. I was hoping it wasn't me.
Hey,
But yeah,
man.
Ryan and Alicia Gray aren't shooting well.
Yeah.
So that's what's got me a little bit concerned. It's not that I'm not impressed. I'm just a little bit concerned. But they holding their own in spite of that. So we'll see. But so I went back and watched started watching the first half, the first quarter because I missed it.
Yeah.
Remember what you asked? Remember what you asked last night about can BG hit the three consistently?
Yeah.
Hey, first shot, three, nothing but net.
No way.
Yeah, you didn't see it in the first half. Her first shot was a three, and it was nothing but net. Brianna Jones hit a three too.
Really?
Yeah.
Man, maybe the Brittany Griner 2.0 is going to show up.
I mean, we'll see. We'll see. I still don't think, and it's interesting to see that they started the second half with Brianna Jones and not BG on the court.
Really? Ah.
Yeah. Oh, you aren't watching the game?
I am watching the game. There's a lot of stuff going on today. I actually
Okay.
I was also live streaming also at the same time, and so I get distracted pretty easily. So
Oh, don't worry.
the game is on, and my eyes were on the screen most of the time, but I didn't take it all in.
Yeah.
So, but and I can watch, like periodically Juju says, "Hey, let me tell you who's on the court," and you know, at any given time, if I had to say who the 10 people were, I'd probably get 4 or 5 right. So I'm not, I don't know the entire population of the players, but yeah,
That's a lot.
I wouldn't know too many of them.
It's a lot, and it's a lot of they still got. I think each team has at least 2 more cuts to make.
Well, Thursday, I can't wait for Thursday. Thursday at 5 p.m.
Yep.
Then I'll have only 156 people which, as you're probably aware, I'm disabled, and one of my quirks, I call them quirks and idiosyncrasies. One of them is I'm OCD. So last year I watched every single game, and I checked the rosters before every single game. And if there was a change, I would print it up. So I was probably printing up a roster, maybe one a day, or I was printing up a ton of rosters. And anyway, as you probably aware, you seem to know a lot of the rules. Many teams, I would say the majority of the teams, had more than 12 players. They have there's exceptions to everything. There's the injured ones and the short-term contracts, and so there were plenty of times that a team had 15 or 14 or 13. Most of them had more than 12. So I don't know the exceptions, but there's plenty of them.
Yeah, and that's the thing. So they have to start the season with 12, but like injuries, yeah, depending on the severity of injuries, don't necessarily count against you. And then
So
they have the opportunity to get hardship contracts. It was a lot of hardship contracts right at the beginning of the season last year.
were there?
Yeah, because like Dallas and Atlanta, or no, Dallas and it was Dallas, Atlanta, and Washington had a bunch of injuries.
Oh my goodness!
Who
Wow.
was it again? You said Dallas and
Washington
Atlanta,
and Atlanta,
Washington.
they all had a bunch of injuries to start the season last year.
it's always Shakira for Washington. It's always Shakira.
Yeah.
Poor Shakira.
And I'm not putting her down because she was one of my favorites. I told you she reminded me of Angel. But when I saw, but I don't know if you saw this show because you do watch Unrivaled. I can tell. But I was waiting to see the matchup of Shakira and Angel, right? So I was like, wow.
That would have been cool.
I was waiting.
Was
so I was like, so Angel ate her. Shakira had to stop and look like, dang.
Well, she don't play with that energy. She don't have.
Oh, hold up, Nature Redo. I don't even think about. Don't even think about it live. Even after the fact isn't assured concerning copyright, nobody should even be suggesting those things to you. Thank you, girl. Thank you. I just caught that. She was like, "Don't even try to do it like." Okay, thank you, girl. I knew I was gonna find somebody that was gonna hook because they know Nature know me from almost a year now. She was like, and we'll be disagreeing on stuff, but I love it. Doesn't matter. I don't think.
I hope no one misinterpreted me as suggesting you do that.
No, I was saying other people.
That was wrong if you thought that, Nature. But
non YouTubers who was like, yeah, just try it. I was like,
you're right. YouTube does not mess around.
I was like, I ain't trying to. I seen how mean they could be. I was like, girl, y'all, I got some charges today. I've been getting charged some money, and I was like, I don't remember going YouTube Premium, but for some reason I was getting charged weekly or some stuff. I may have to go back and dispute, but I don't remember what it was or why that was happening. And I seen some charges on one of my.
You can't do that, Shatori. You got to bring her out, Coach. You can't do that.
Oh, sorry about that. But I was a little frustrated this morning because I was losing. I mean, oh, Ryan blocked Clark clean, and she on the ground crying, and it's clean. Look, why are they pausing?
Where are you at? Where are you at in the game? I'm at 251.
I'm at 255. You didn't see Clark get blocked by Ryan Howard? She fell on the ground. Everybody stopped, but everybody was most on the other side. They were continuing to play, and Clark was looking. She didn't put her hands up like, why me? 2 players that went down. The game is closed. 56-54. So what the heck was that about? I hope they showed.
That's what I was talking about. Shatori Walker-Kimbrough, who I love. She was guarding Caitlin Clark, and Caitlin Clark hooked her. Right? Okay, it happens. So instead of staying with the play, she turned around immediately and started talking to the ref. Meanwhile, Caitlin going to the basket, and she was lucky that Ryan was.
She was lucky.
So anyway, I just wanted to mention Jacob's comment. It says, "How is this game close?" Now, Jacob, I think you were here yesterday, and I don't know who you think ought to win this game. But yesterday they asked, and I seem to be the only one that definitively said Indiana, and there were more than a couple people that said Atlanta. So I don't know who you're referring to, Jacob. If you're referring,
the only person that said, okay, it was 2 that said I don't know. I definitively said Atlanta. You were sticking to Indiana, rightfully so. And here we are.
I didn't know. I didn't weigh in.
Will said, I don't know. He didn't know. And he's right, because look at the score. That is
two points.
I just wanted to be definitive in my stance, because that's like you. I want it to be very clear, because I don't have no shame in being wrong, and not saying that anyone else does. But I think B. Will and Wody are correct to say, I don't know, because meaning it's going to be close. If you would have said that, B. Will, then I could have had a little bit more understanding on what I don't know means.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
I didn't know. What do you mean? Like you don't know? Or are they going to play rookies? Or we got? If I was a GM or the coach, and I'm starting season next week, I am starting my vets. I'm over the let's get the rookie. No, I need to start getting chemistry and gel now.
Oh, I'm loving it. Cyan Sellers is on the court.
Where?
Oh
Where?
no,
Where?
Cyan,
Where?
what did you do? Come on.
Wait. Where's she at? You're ahead of me.
Oh, she guarding Sydney Colson. She came
Grab the
down the court.
ball.
She had the
Grab
ball.
the ball. Oh, what did you do? I just saw
What are
what
you
you did.
doing?
Oh,
You trying to
Cheyenne.
make a team. You trying to make a team. Don't be doing no
No, baby,
hero stuff.
no, don't do that. JP is a troll, and they down by 2. D said JP a troll. That's you, Jacob.
I'm not gonna. I don't care.
I gotta
I'm
get
not
ahead.
gonna point out trolls. No way.
He's trolling. Who you got? Who you got,
man.
Jacob? He said how? He said how, D? How is he trolling? I don't think he want. I don't think he believes in Indiana, Joe.
Come on, Cheyenne.
Oh,
Come
you
on.
gotta make
You gotta
that
shoot
shot.
that or do something. You gotta shoot that or like she was just sat there stuck. Oh, come on, Cheyenne. Come on. This is your shot. This is your chance.
Play your game, sweetheart. Play your game. Good rebound.
Yep.
Come on,
There you
Cheyenne.
go.
You can knock that
That's
down.
a good shot. That's a good shot.
It was a good shot. She can knock that down.
Thanks, do
This
it.
is a shot.
But yeah, let's just move on. It doesn't matter.
I like to mess with him because Jacob is no. I let him crash out on me because he will say some stuff in here that have me dying, but he'd be like straight up like trash, this, that. And I don't have a lot of people that will do it, but I let him get it off his chest.
Yep. You gotta let them get it off sometimes.
Yeah. But what I need be will to help me with sometimes is I crash out about ref. That's why I be like when it really matters, I need somebody to calm me down, Joe, because I can't stand like bad calls, like really bad calls when it matters. You feel me?
Yep, me too.
Yeah.
Like it's a profession. Like you have a job to do, man. Do your job.
Do your job.
Take part in your job and do it well. Like
Jeez.
Holy
pow
moly.
pow 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 pow
Let's go.
pow
Let's
pow
go, pow, pow. Let's go.
pow 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 pow.
Oh.
That's my girl.
You
Come
know
on,
she got the right name, right? You know she got
yeah, that's a block. That's clean block. That's a clean block.
that was
She do got the right name.
I would love to see a different angle. And that's another complaint of mine right now because I do a little video technical directing and stuff, and there's not enough camera angle. There is, but whoever's doing the technical directing, which is like the directors say camera 1, camera 2, camera 3, whoever's doing it is not doing well. And I don't like the way they don't do replay because it's so embarrassing when they do a replay from a different angle and you saw that call. You're like, you crash out so much, so badly.
You know what I hate, Juju and Joe?
Yeah.
In refs, I cannot stand when a ref makes a call. It's usually a foul call. I cannot stand when a ref makes a call from an angle that they could not possibly have actually seen what happened. They just assume it was some contact. But it's like when they're standing with their back when they're standing behind the defensive player who was supposedly committed the foul, right? They're standing behind the defensive player's back is to them. So they can't possibly see the offensive player in front of the defensive player, and they call a foul. I'm like, you couldn't have seen that. There's no way you could have seen what happened there. So if you can't see it, don't call it.
Yeah.
And I've seen Juju turn around because she's one of the nicest superstars. My friend, I told you, did it for 25 years, D1. And she said that all the refs love her because she said, I've never seen a more humble superstar. She said she'll get knocked. We miss so many calls on her to where it's like she's getting knocked around and we missed it. And I feel bad because I can't call it from where B Will is saying across the, and she'll turn around and she'll just kind of go like, what? And then she'll put her hands down and she'll just look like, what happened? Like
Who are you talking about?
Juju. She does it the best because she does the same thing you just said. Like, how did you make that call when there's a ref standing next to me?
Yep.
How did that call get way over there, or the one underneath, or what have you? Or I'm getting hit and you're standing next to me and you didn't say nothing, and nothing is called.
Yep.
See, that kind of stuff is like it's and she admitted it. She said that they miss in college a lot of calls on her. It's so bad that honestly she's getting fouled way more than she calls that she gets, and I think they did that because coaches complain, fans think she gets a special whistle, but she says she's actually drawing those fouls. But when she scored 51, she had like 18 calls, and they were all legitimate calls. But if we did, but they stop at 12 with her. But she can get like 18 and 20 calls because they cannot stop her, Joe. She's that good.
Really?
She splits some, and they're like, hitting, doing all that. There's a tape where you see Jaquez from UCLA. Ju goes left, she goes right, and then Jaquez shoves her down, and Jaquez even stopped like, oh, I know that's a foul. Ju slipped, fell, came back up. Nothing was. She paused like, oh, you're not going to call anything? Let me step back and hit this three. And this was the one where she had the 38-11. And it was like, she didn't look at them. She didn't shake her head. She just said, okay, you knocked me down. But you could see the clear shutdown. The whole place did. And then everybody thought to stop like, oh, that's a foul. We know, okay. Nothing. If she made you pay. And that's what you got to do, B. Will. You gotta like, oh, you're not going to call that? Okay. This is what I'm going to do.
You just got to play through. Like, that's my biggest pet peeve with players.
That's my thing. I'll say it, Clark.
Like, you can't. Look, like I told y'all last night, I only twerk for Asia, right? I twerk for Asia. That's my girl. But Asia sometimes be on my nerves because guess what, Asia? They're not going to give you every call.
Every call. No.
They're not. You're the best player in the league, in the world. They're not going to give you every call, right? So don't complain about every call, every missed call. Don't complain about it. Just keep on playing.
Last year, I saw Asia have cuts across her nose.
Ooh,
literally.
Haley Jones.
They gave her nothing to the point where she's bleeding, and I'm like, man. You didn't see that? And we saw it. So I don't know why you got. So I guess it's like it's just a human. I got to remember that they're human, right? Mm-hmm. They're looking at so many different things. That's why we ended up in my career when I was playing college. I watched us go from 2 to 3 refs. I was in the era where everything changed. Shot clocks, the basketball, the amount of refs, everything was changing during my college career to where it was like, wow, every year I had to learn something new. I prefer to use a man's ball. A shooter gets a better bounce with the men's ball. I hated the women's ball. I can drive very well with it because I can palm it, go through, hold it. It's so little. But it changed my shot like big time. I would get more love from a men's ball on the rim.
Right. Wow, really?
Yeah, I noticed it. She told me to take it home for the summer and work with it because it was going to change up, during my college career. And I did my best, but I needed more time with it. It was something that it takes time to go from a men's ball to a men's ball. So when they go overseas, right, they use a men's ball. I don't know if you know that. And then they come back overseas here and they use the women's ball. Now, if it changed, I don't know when it did, but we use men's over there and women's over here.
Right.
And so another reason they did it when in the WNBA, we I forget what company we were using, but the ball in the beginning of the first few games, there was a lot of missed shots. The ball was super bouncy. The rubber is different from a Wilson, from a Spalding, from an elite ball, right? It's different. And And the reason they switched to it, they said, was you get more of a splash. They thought that would be more exciting to see the net pop. And I was like,
is there only 2 sizes, or is there like 10 sizes?
2 sizes.
Just men and women?
Mm-hmm. Men and women. And then there's oh God, this is so kind of different. They're like a ball that makes no sound when you dribble. There's balls that are heavier. You know, those are practice, which you just practice with. But
right.
I gotta hear the ball. I gotta hear the noise from the ball hitting it because it's a rhythm thing. Boom, boom, boom.
Hey,
boom.
B. Bickham.
Hey, B. Bickham. Welcome. Yo. I'm getting some returning people. Ooh, Lexi. Was that Lexi or Sophie? That's Sophie. Sophie's getting more time than Lexi.
That was Lexi. Oh,
that was Lexi. Okay, there we go. This blonde hair is throwing me off.
You know, I knew those 2 players perfectly last year, and now that they're on the same team, I'm I don't get them all the time.
See, I know that
they don't look anything alike. They don't even play alike to me.
They don't play alike. It's their body build and the blonde.
I know
they're not built the same.
Their gaits are different, and so I noticed that.
Oh, that's a good point. I like that. Their gaits are different. I get that. Jaylen Brown.
I like Jaylen Brown getting a shot, getting an opportunity. I ain't mad at that.
I thought she was really good. I didn't know what happened. I know she got injured last year. Come on, Haley. Come on.
She got injured last year.
And I thought she came in really hot preseason from overseas, and I thought they were gonna. I thought she was gonna light it up for Dallas. Oh, good move. Ooh, who blocked her? Is that Nas?
Haley Jones. Haley Jones.
Oh, that's Haley. Oh, shoot. Okay, I like where they're playing her.
They finally playing Haley Jones. Well, they playing her at the 4 right now, but Haley Jones is really a 3.
She needs to spin. Spin. You could have spin to the basket, Haley. Spin. You could have reversed that to the. Oh my gosh, she was going for the 3. Yeah. I guess because they're down. They
used her as a point all last year because they had injuries, and so like they played her out of position.
Keishelle, I think I remember you from Instagram. Keishelle, thank you for joining. Did you subscribe, Keishelle? Yes or no?
Come on, Cheyenne Sellers.
Where's Mac? Where's Mac? Who's Mac? Hi, Keishelle. Welcome to the channel.
You talking about Woody Mac?
Oh, whoa. Okay, whoa.
Woody Mac.
I don't know where Whoa is today. Oh, look at Joe. Look at B. Will. You see what she learned in Unrivaled? You see how she learned that? She learned that to play her game like this and be tough from Unrivaled. This is what she.
I don't know where the foul was though. I don't know where the foul is.
Because they touched her with a hand. You can't touch somebody with a hand.
That's the thing. Like that's not a foul to me. You didn't alter that player. The defensive player didn't alter anything.
Okay.
They didn't alter anything. Don't call that. But you'll call a late foul? Come on. Pow.
So it seems like there's a delay in my video, I think.
Okay, fast forward. I need to fast forward. I'm at 75, 64, 6 minutes and 32, and I think B Will's ahead.
Yep.
I'm 36.
I'm at 6 minutes. I'm the same as you, Juju. I may be like
31.
I'm a second behind you, Ju.
Because I had to take my remote and I had to fast forward. Who made this shot?
Lexi.
See, Lexi is playing so much better. Hold up.
Yeah, I'm right. Will help her.
She is playing her butt off, you guys. Hold on. My
Unrivaled helped her. It gave her confidence.
Plug it up.
It gave her confidence because it was so much one-on-one. It gave her confidence to do that kind of stuff. Joe, I'm like you. I got 156 kids. I'm like you.
No,
I really do.
No, you've got some strong opinions, which I do too. But
I have strong opinions, but I love them all. I love them all.
It's a good
Even the ones I don't like, I love them. Even the ones I don't like, I love them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And there really is about 5 or less that I don't like. You know, I like them all. I think they're great.
Kick it, Taylor. Kick it. Oh, come on. Somebody got to shoot. You got. I cannot stand a professional team that gets consistent shot clock violation. Because I don't care how good a defense is, somebody has a shot that they can take, right? And when it's 10, when the shot clock turns red, when it's 10 seconds or less, somebody got to be willing to take a shot.
Amen.
Just take a shot, man. The shot clock is running down. Take the shot. It's okay if you miss. What's not okay is a turnover from a shot clock violation. That's not okay. That is not okay. So Joe, was yesterday the first time you tuned into Juju?
Yes. Yeah, that was my first day to ever see her at all.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. Yeah, it looks like a good channel.
Yeah, Juju crashes out about USC, but other than that, she's good people. She's good people.
I'm
always,
still trying
always
to
figuring
learn
her
the
balance.
lingo, like crashing out and stuff, but I'm catching
Oh,
up.
okay. So let me ask you: do you know what crashing out means?
I think I do. I think it means you obsessively like them a lot.
Well, so crashing out is a lot of times the result of obsessively liking someone or a team too much. But crashing out is just think crashing out is the same thing as like a momentary lapse in sanity. That's what it is. It's a momentary lapse in sanity, and you just got to get it off your chest. You got to get it off your chest, and you just vomit
Gotcha.
words. You know what I mean? Crashing out is just breaking down momentarily.
Cool. Well, thanks. I might have to be reminded of that, but thank you.
No worries, man. No worries.
I'm sure I could crash out about something. I don't know what, but I have
Everybody
my
has
stuff.
everybody has their stuff, man. Everybody has their stuff.
Bullying. That's mine.
Bullion?
When people are bullies against each other.
Oh, bullying.
Yeah,
Okay.
I despise that. I go nuts on it.
Me too.
So, but yeah, I'm sure there's players I could obsess. Now, I do have to mention my weaknesses. I'm a man and I'm shallow and I notice when someone's attractive and I know
Yeah.
this is 2025 and we can't talk about that these days. But certainly my top 10 favorite players also happen to be the top 10 that I think are very attractive. So I don't know if that has anything to do with their playing, but yes, I do have my shallow weakness for sure.
Listen, like you said, Joe, we're all men. We're all men. So I shouldn't say we're all men, but we are men are men. That's what we can't change our DNA.
But you got to watch out. I've gone to quite a few games. I've gone to about I don't know, probably about 8 or 10 different games. And I've been inches away from Caitlin Clark during interviews, and I had my device right there listening, recording her. And so I can't. Sometimes I don't have a filter, so I need to watch out sometimes since it is 2025.
Yeah, you do. You gotta be careful. You gotta watch your back.
Yeah. So anyway,
Wait a minute. So since you said that, I just gotta ask you.
sure.
You think Caitlin Clark is one of the top 10 most attractive?
I'm not sure if that's a really smart thing to do, is to rank. people, especially women, I would not. I would say she's attractive, she's pretty, but I would put 25 women above her.
Okay.
But I'm astounded. I'm blown away by her talent. I just love watching her play. You know, everybody loves her, you know, half court 3-pointers. You know, I mean, she's just fun to watch.
I think this. I don't think there's anything wrong with looking at a player and being attracted, because you got and if you think that's not part of sports, you're considerably wrong. Because let me tell you, when I was a young child, Joe Namath was so handsome to people. Stop
Amen.
it. You know, he was so handsome back in the day. You know, he did his shaving commercial. I was a kid. I could see it. Gillette and all that. You know, then you know, he had this wonderful hair. You know, quarterbacks were always good looking, some of them, most of them, right? And I mean, that's part of the thing. You're looking at the build, you're looking at the good looks. They're the most, always the most handsome one of all the players. So I don't understand why it would be a problem to do that with women players, to find them attractive. Well, it's the same thing. I don't think men or women who are checking them out are feeling it or should be offended. I don't think they are. I don't think it's wrong to say, oh, and she's attractive, because you want that superstar that's going to be not only good but attractive. If you lying, if you don't think that is marketable, that's a marketing thing.
Extremely marketable. Yeah, for sure.
That's what makes you marketable.
And every team has I don't know what they call it. Every game I see it and I see what they call it, but I forget. But, you know, when they do the fashion show where all the team players show up for the game and they're showing their outfit and their hair and their, you know, their makeup. And, you know, I mean, they're not showing them, you know, shooting a basket. They're showing them.
Men do this all the time. They were like, if they would tell us, WNBA followers, if you want more viewers, why don't the women support? Why don't the women support? Well, heterosexual women, they're gonna look at like, girl, where'd you get that? For black women, edge control. They're looking, how did their edges stay on like that? Because when we work out, African American women, our hair is gonna frizz up. Our hair is gonna you know, edges are not gonna lay down. And it's a gel that you're going to use, right? So when we're talking about that on here, it's a cultural thing. So you're looking at it and you're like, well, dang, how come her mascara is not running? Like, mascara has gotten better. What mascara does she use? What foundation does she use? Oh, I love her. I love her nails. That's going to get the average woman who's not a basketball knowledge to watch the game. And I love her outfit. What's she got on? You know what I'm saying?
It sells for sure. Yeah. Will,
Junior, you might have to explain to Joe what edges are.
Oh, I think I'm catching up.
You got it.
I know a lot more than I look and I don't know a lot that I may look like I do know. But I'm worldly. I've been to all 50 states. You know, I've been to all of them, and I've traveled. I lived in Washington, D.C. I lived in New York City. You know, I've been around. It's just not common. It's not common terms in Vermont for sure. So yeah, I'm getting there. Anyway, I had a question, and some of these questions, I'm like, oh my God, I don't think I should ask it. But since we're talking about hair and stuff, we were talking about Pow Pow earlier, and I don't have a specific list. But, you know, my comment, I said, Pow Pow, love her hair. It's intimidating. So my question is, do you think some of the players do some of their hairdo so it is intimidating? Like Angel Reese has her hair all over the place. Ryan Howard has hair all over the place. So I don't know. Do you think it's, you know, like I don't
know about intimidating. How about maybe distracting? Let's say,
yeah.
I mean, I was telling you, like when I was saying for the rebound, I played with an all-white team, and sometimes when I was going to get rebounds, their hair is slapping me right in my eyes.
Oh man!
Right in my face. And now that black girls are wearing the weaves and the wigs.
Right.
It's longer and it is flying all over the place. And it is, but it was happening anyway. Sometimes, not everybody's wearing the bun. They're leaving their ponytail. See, when you play volleyball, you can do that. The volleyball girls always were cuter because they got to wear the buns and the floppy, have your ponytail bouncing up and down. It's just cute. And the
Right.
basketball girls wanted to do it too. They wanted to have it too. And so far, no one has really complained. Me personally, I had a problem with I couldn't read their last name on the jersey. As soon
Right.
as I said that
Right.
last
Their
year,
hair. Yes.
yes.
That
Now
bothers me. That bothers me.
check out how many teams are the name is now under the number. Never has that happened before. It's under their number because the hair is so long. I can't tell who was what because I can't read their last names.
Wow.
Now
Do you
it's
think they
under
did
the
that
number.
because of
Oh
hair?
yeah. Oh yeah.
That is so cool. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I couldn't stand not seeing their name because
I
I
couldn't
was
stand
learning.
it.
I was
I'm
learning.
trying to learn it. Yeah, I'm trying to. If a new player come in, if I didn't have the roster in front of me and I'm looking at numbers, and I'm just a casual, I couldn't tell you who the last name was because I'm waiting for the hair to move. All this. Now I'm looking at it. Oh, she's falling all over. Get the ball. Oh, Cheyenne, go. Okay, she's having problems. Cheyenne is having problems. She's not as clean. This is what I thought. How she's playing right now, you guys, is how I thought she would play. But I think I got to give her more time on the court. Nervousness, just playing at a different level.
Yeah, good shot.
She just got to this team, right?
She just got to
Everybody
the
else,
league. Everything.
everybody else got at least a week in practice on her. You know what I mean? So they understand the offense.
Turn around. Haley
Oh.
can make something out. Haley can make something out of nothing. Left hand. Ooh, wow. Damn. Hold on. I'll be right back, guys.
Sure. Huh.
Push it, Cheyenne. Push it. Oh, that's a great pass.
Man, 10 points. Whew.
Yeah.
So are you and I just think of random questions, of course, but are do you have strong opinions about the coaches, like between 2024 and 2025? I think there's 8 changes, 8 out of 13. And
Yeah.
I mean that sounds like an overwhelmingly high number. So do you think Stephanie White is phenomenal and that's cool that Indiana got her, or do you think Christine Sides was really pretty poor, or what? Especially, what about the Olympics woman? What's her name? Reeve, Cheryl
Cheryl
Reeve.
Reeve.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Do you have strong opinions about all the 13 coaches?
So the strongest opinion I have is that Teresa Weatherspoon didn't get a fair shake.
Oh wow! How many
She
years?
didn't.
She had a few years, didn't she?
No, she had 1 year.
With Chicago, 1 year.
1 year.
Oh
So
man!
so in case you didn't know, Joe, Teresa Weatherspoon got the job before they hired Jeff Pagliocca as the GM. So
GM.
they hired a head coach before they hired a GM, right?
Uh-oh, bad news.
Bad news from the start, right?
Right.
Then their roster got 100% shook up.
Oh man.
They got shook up 100%, right? So they had a brand new roster.
Wow.
And so the fact that they hired Teresa Weatherspoon and she didn't get a second year is crazy.
Yeah, that is too bad.
It's not-
I mean,
And it's not that she was perfect, right? No first year coach is gonna be perfect.
oh yeah, they're learning.
And it's not that she didn't make some mistakes, right? But to not give a coach a second opportunity, it's kind of crazy. So that's to me the strongest opinion I have. Other than that, I like um, Steph White. I think she is a great coach.
I like her a lot. Yeah.
I'm interested to see what happens with this Fever team. I don't think that. So people talked about Christy Sides because Christy Sides, unfortunately, she had the misfortune of coaching Caitlin Clark
Oh,
her
that's
first
tough.
year,
That's a tough thing to do.
right? She
Yeah.
had the misfortune of coaching Caitlin Clark. And some of the things that Christy Sides knew that Caitlin Clark needed to do as a pro to be competitive in this league,
Right.
for her team to be competitive in this league, she was vocal about, right?
Right.
And as it turns out, it played out. Some of the stuff, like one of the first things Christy Sides said about Caitlin Clark when people were asking, reporters were asking, was that, I need Caitlin to be comfortable taking, a long two, or, instead of all these logo threes.
Right. Oh man.
It played out because do you realize that Caitlin Clark field goal, her three, if we just look at the 3-point percentage, her 3-point percentage goes down the closer she gets to the 3-point line.
Cool.
She
So I
had,
just wanted to shout out to the comments. Hey Tay, welcome. I'm doubting you don't need to repeat a comment, but I don't entirely follow it. Hannah Hildago. Wow, you're stuck on that one, Tay.
what'd she say?
Three comments. Three comments.
What'd she say?
I don't know if it's a male or a female, but it says Hannah Hildago or no go. We gonna make it out for sure. And then some version of that, something about Clark and Juju in the end. I bet my life on it. My bad. I love Hildago. I'm a male. Cool, Tay.
Okay.
Yeah, we the 4 comments are great. Thanks for covering it. So, do we? By the way, I don't know how to say your name, do we it? I might just say Dow. But Dow, is your Y for Tay or is your Y for what B Will was saying? Anyway, I always love comments. So I always tend to focus on them a lot. D.
I just don't happen to have my phone near me. I'm doing something else right now. Actually, I'm eating some chicken wings. My wife ordered some chicken wings. But anyway, that's all I was saying about Caitlin Clark. And I told you all last night, I've been following Caitlin longer than probably most people have been following her. And I'm a fan. But she got holes in her game. And so the fact that her 3-point percentage goes down the closer she gets to the line. Last year she didn't show. It's not that she doesn't have it, but she didn't show any type of mid-range game, right? She got into the mid-range and stuff will fall apart. So to me, that means she's really not a shooter. The shooter that people think she is. She's a chucker. She's a chucker. And Caitlin Clark.
Oh, okay. Got it.
Yeah, and again, this is a Caitlin Clark fan saying this. I'm being realistic. She's a shot chucker. She's not a pure shooter like people will claim. And so that's one of the things that I want to see her work on. I want to see her working on defense, and I want to see her work on a mid-range game because you need that in the league. You need to be able to keep people off balance. If think about this, she has no problem driving, right? She doesn't have a deep bag, but she has enough speed and athleticism to get to the basket. We know she can shoot logo threes. Now, if she can have a solid mid-range game, how are you gonna stop her? You know what I'm saying? Because you can't blag off her anywhere. How are you gonna stop her? So that's why I want to see her develop that part of her game.
And she probably is trying to for sure. But
yeah, all players need to develop aspects of their game.
I think she'll always be known as the half court 3-pointers. But
Hey Joe,
even though that percentage is probably pretty low, I don't know what it is, but
it was last year.
So yeah, Tay, you're right. Everybody loves Hannah. I like Hannah. I was just talking about the same comment 4 times, and it's not my stream, so I should have zero opinion on that.
You can have an opinion. Everybody has an opinion.
Do it.
And we all
Do it says, I would like to hear his reasoning to make that claim, though. And again, I guess that was
what claim?
And that was sent this minute, 5:01. So I assume probably saying that she's not a great shooter. I'm just guessing that she's not really a shooter, even though people think of her as a shooter.
Man, listen, a pure shooter can shoot from anywhere. Mark Price, pure shooter, can shoot from anywhere. Nothing but net. Bucket. When a pure shooter shoots, you expect everything they shoot to go in. Right? And the record shows, the stats show that Caitlin Clark is not a pure shooter like that. You know what I'm saying? And so that's all I'm saying. That's if I'm saying anything that's negative is that she's not really actually a pure shooter, and that's okay. Some players are not pure. Some of your favorite 3-point shooters are not pure shooters. They're 3-point shooters, but you ask them to shoot from anywhere else on the court, and they 20%. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying.
I'm not an expert by any means, but and I hate. One thing I don't like doing is bringing up male basketball players because I like to only focus on female basketball players. But just as this being the only example I can think of, Shaq could put in a ball when he was 2 feet away. So that's where he stood. He didn't go anywhere else. Steph Curry, he's really damn good on 3-pointers. I don't know if he makes all the others. I don't know if he's great at 2-pointers. But I would assume most coaches take players and say, well, okay, you're not going to be a pure shooter, but this is where I want you to stand. I want you to stand right here and shoot it and make it. And they do. Like they know their weaknesses, so they avoid them. And they know their strengths, and so they do that. That's what I would guess.
Yeah. That's a good take. For the record, Steph is a 3-level scorer. He can score from anywhere.
Kenny? Okay. Sorry, my bad. Now, Tay is I like I said, I love comments. I cannot highlight the comments, so I can't get them on the screen. They're going pretty. There's a lot. Jacob and Tay and DeWitt. There's a lot. But anyway,
let me go check the comments.
2 of them, and I mean, for me, 3 of them are a lot. But no, I probably have seen, 12 in the last 1.5 minutes. But anyway, Tay says, and I'm just reading this. I haven't already read it. This is the first time I read it. Clark does have good shooting ability. She can't drive to the cup or play defense. Hannah can do all that and more, but she's not in the league yet. And then that was my addition, that last part. And then Tay, next comment says, Juju drives to the cup and plays in the mid-range a lot. She's better than Clark. Also, plus she has above average defense. So that's 2 of Tay's comments. And again, I'm sorry, Do It and B. Bickham. And now B. Bickham has a question, which is pretty cool. And again, I'm sorry, I would like to read every comment, and I just can't. I'm overwhelmed. B. Bickham says,
it's a lot.
B. Bickham says, who are some of the pure shooters in the NBA? The WNBA.
So for me, I think Courtney Williams is a pure shooter. She can score. She doesn't shoot a lot of threes, but she can shoot them efficiently. She can score. She can shoot from anywhere on the court.
I'm sorry, who is that?
Courtney Williams.
Oh, okay, gotcha. I love her.
Yeah, she can shoot from anywhere you give her the ball. I think McBuckets is another one. Can score from anywhere. She can shoot from anywhere on the court. Kelsey Mitchell. Oh man, I just had someone in my mind, and I went to Kelsey Mitchell first. Shoot, I would say Kelsey. I would say Chelsea Gray, but she's so much more than just a shooter, right? But she can shoot from anywhere and
Really?
hit nothing but net. Yeah, Kelsey Gray can shoot from anywhere.
So that's a cool question. Thank you for the question. And I mean, a lot of this stuff. I mean, a lot of it is kind of a fact, and some of it is opinion. But yeah, a lot of them is. So Jacob and DeWitt, do I need to put you in two different corners? Y'all. So just that, I mean, I'm a Sagittarius, and I guess I've been told that Sagittariuses like to have everybody get along. I don't know if that's true, but I've been told that. So
Nothing wrong with that. I'm similar.
And then Jacob, I know I've missed the point, and it's too late now, even though you've mentioned it a couple times. And so anyway, yeah, Jacob, I'm sorry I missed the point of what they were addressing, the claim about Hannah or Juju or Caitlin. So I'm sorry I missed that. Those are some good ones. Who do you think, B. Bickham? Who would you be saying as pure shooters? But yeah, you're right. Those were good names by B. Will. Thank you. You good. Thanks, Jacob.
As far as the comments about Hannah Hidalgo,
yeah, sure.
Man, first of all, Hannah Hidalgo is a sophomore. She's going to her junior year. Hannah Hidalgo was great, but she's selfish. She plays too much hero ball for me. I love Hannah Hidalgo, but she plays too much hero ball. She needs to do better in that regard for me. It's like Notre Dame lost a lot of their team this year, so Hannah is going to have to.
Yeah, that something happened. Something was up with that. Yeah, for sure. Now, again, as a less informed person, I would say some players need to have that selfish drive. Like Kelsey Mitchell, she's great because she has that drive. But I would also assume that once she gets, I mean, it should be happening in college too, but I assume once she gets to pro, the coach will kind of break that down and say, you're going to get a ton of minutes, but you better learn how to do assists too.
She is. She's going to have to play the point guard next year for Notre Dame. She played last year. She played point guard in the 2023 season. You know what I mean?
They lost Miles, so they went from, I think, 2 kind of point guards to now just 1 point guard. So yeah, she's definitely going to have to do it.
Yeah, she won't have Citron. So far as I know, she's going to have freaking Prosper. That's the one person that came back is Prosper. So it's Hannah and Prosper. Now who? You know what I mean? Like, who else?
Yeah, I love Sonia Citron, by the way. I think she's kicking butt so far.
She's a great player.
Yeah. So, man.
She's gonna be a great pro.
Jacob.
She's going to be a great pro.
And yeah, you think so? Yeah. I mean, she, and I'm just learning so many of these players, but I think she's the right combination. She's humble. She's confident. She will shoot. And she will share the ball. She's a great combination of those things.
She's just a baller. She's a ball player.
Amen. So I don't know. If we had I always think of different things to do, but if we had a speed, like a speed round of questions.
Okay.
I don't know if you watched most all the games, and if you saw Sophie Cunningham tangling up with Kiki Iriafen. I don't know if you've seen that toss up where where Kiki threw her to the floor. Just in and you can talk longer than a speed round, but just to start off, would you say that was 100% Kiki being aggressive, or do you think Sophie was probably already punching her a couple times, or how would you see that situation?
That was just basketball.
I got an opinion.
That was just basketball.
Cool,
It
man.
was. Let me tell you what happened, Joe.
Okay.
It happened on the very next play. What happens when you're tangled up underneath for rebounds? There's such thing as hooking, or you grab some.
Oh yeah,
someone's arm, and it's when you hook and you lock an arm or you grab it temporarily, and I'm about to fall. It's a very dangerous play, and what ends up happening sometime is, I've seen Tina Thompson's arm get yanked out by Colette Pearson. I've seen Candace Parker had to avoid it and fall down and pull, and then she ended up pulling down Flannette because Flannette was being a mess and stepping over her, and Flannette is known for hooking. Sophie does the same thing, and it's quick and it's fast, and it's like when you're jumping in the air and someone does that to you, it's like you said, stuff is going on in there that the cameras and everything that you're not catching. And so when she did it, it was almost a crash out because she was like, you know what? I'm gonna throw you down before you throw me down. It was excessive, but it wasn't. It was to send her a message like you're not. So you got the fragment, you got the foul, but she sent her a message like keep doing
the message.
It was a clear
message, but not to her. It didn't hurt her. It wasn't like the worst would have been arm bar, or you grab somebody and it's like they can't get their arm free. So that's worse than what Kiki did. If you throw me down 100%. Like that, that's cool. I'm okay with that.
And a lot of times you hear that referees usually catch the second offense, not the first offense. But do you think? Oh shit! I forgot my question.
Sorry, I want to say hi to the chat real quick. Did you guys introduce yourself to Tay? Clark does have good shooting ability. She can.
Yeah, Tay's been real active.
Juju drive plays in the mid range. Okay, I like Tay. Tay's giving me some
Mondo.
Tay, you want to come up here? You want to come up on the panel? How you guys feel about Tay coming up here, y'all? Oh, Tay's been pretty good. UConn 1, 2, 3. UConn. Mondo. I thought Mondo, you said you were blocked. I don't know how that ended up happening. I'm glad you stopped by. I don't know how that happened. I must have stepped away, and I don't know what occurred and how you might have got blocked if you're still here. It wasn't me. So, I mean, if you were disrespectful, somebody cut you off, and it wasn't me. So, Tay, I'm not familiar. Tay said he's a male. Tay Hannah said Hannah is better than. No, Tay. No. I would love for you to come up on the panel and explain to me how everybody voted damn near unanimous over Hannah. Hannah is not better than Juju because Hannah faded away at the end of the season as Juju was progressing. And if you don't know, Juju's finger was messed up for 2 months in the summer. All she could do is conditioning. She couldn't shoot. She couldn't play basketball. Her and Kiki never even got a chance to jive. Kiki said she barely played with you that summer because of that, basically. So Hannah is Hannah. If I'm a franchise person, I'm taking a 6'2" guard that can play small forward, post up, plays both ends as well as Juju does over Hannah. And if you are an analytical person, every single goddamn time, okay? Hannah steals were like 3.8, Juju's were 3.5. Hannah is 0.5 in blocks. Juju averages 2 to 3 blocks. So what are you talking about? Like Juju has been ahead of Hannah since she was 14 years old. Let me explain something to the group because this is where I crash out right now. When you say things like that, you're clearly being biased. It's okay to like Hannah. It's okay. Hannah loved Hannah. It's okay to be a Hannah fan. Trust me. But when you compare Hannah to Juju, It's never been. It's been so. Hannah did a leap from freshman to sophomore. I seen a clear. Juju's was already ahead at 920 points. The closest person to her was under 800 points.
Wow.
And if you from their freshman year, right? So if Juju's percentage and things like that went up slightly, but she was already ahead. When they came out of high school, Juju was the number one recruit. It's been that way since she was 14 years old. Hannah was somewhere not even the top two. Two was Michaela Williams, I know for sure. I don't even think Hannah was third or fourth. Same thing with Fuwali when I was in the discussions on the former show I was on. I can see someone saying Fuwali is going to be her year next year, and until it is, don't compare Fuwali to Juju because she was 13th ranked. Ju was number one. Ju is freshman of the year. Ju set a all-time. Thank you, Jacob. She was 6th, and so where stats, analytics, woody whoop whoop. She's in the 87th percentile. Juju is damn near 90%. She's 90 and 99 in certain categories. She's the number one shot blocker as a guard. Out of all the guards, she's number one in the country. So, how is Hannah? Now you're all enthralled by steals and energy and hypiness and all that. Then we can't talk. We won't.
Can't be in the bucket. She was a bucket. Don't get me. So Juju, the only thing I'll say about that is you're right. But in the middle of the season, I had a conversation about this, and we were talking. It was
I'm off camera for a second. I'm listening. Go ahead.
It was a premature conversation about NCAA National Player of the Year and who was in the conversation.
Premature. Thank you.
It was premature, but if you're gonna talk about it, you got to talk about it based on what was happening at the time. And at the time,
she was slightly ahead in statistics, right? But if you if you watch, the Jew was on the progression of everything. She had a slow start, not a slump, but a slow start, and she was slightly ahead.
So Juju. So here's the thing. You say Juju Watkins had a slow start. Did she have a slow start, or did she have a slow start for her? Because that's two different things.
She had a slow start for her.
Yeah, so that's not a slow start. You know what I mean? Like that to me, that's not a slow start for Juju is not a slow start in general. And so for me, the conversation being about National Player of the Year at the time, Hannah Hudno's name was a legitimate consideration, and I was having the conversation that basically
it's not a legitimate. Let me tell you why. That's true.
Well, no. Let me finish though. My plane, because shoot.
Everybody still there?
Yeah, he just said, hold on. Hold on, let him finish. I gotta explain when in the beginning of the season she was predicted to be the National Player of the Year. You want to know why? Because she was second. She was a runner-up behind Caitlin Clark. Meaning, if there was no Caitlin Clark last year, her freshman year, she would have won National Player of the Year. Number 2, it's just like I'm the champ. I'm Muhammad Ali, right? I'm the champion, right? So when you get in the ring with me, let's say you've been winning matches and so on and so forth. You get in the ring with Muhammad Ali, who's already the world champion. And then you get on the scorecard and you're ahead of me. A lot of times you're not going to win that. You got to knock the champ out. Hannah was not knocking her out. You have to. She's already ahead of you.
So that argument doesn't make sense in fighting or boxing and MMA or in this situation because in fighting I'm a big MMA fan.
I got a question. How was Hannah when Hannah was leading, right? What were we all looking at? What were we basing? We were basing that Notre Dame won a game, right? Over her, right? Then she won a game.
No, it wasn't just that.
I'm not done. She the head up match, right? When Juju goes head up against UConn, she literally is playing 1v1 with Paige, and she's demonstrating her dominance over Paige. blocked her 3 times in the game, almost 4. They didn't give her one of them. So she's playing her 1v1 where you can see them. Hannah never guarded her 1v1. And when Jew did, Hunter Cruz on his content creator showed that Hannah scored 1 point. And it was because someone else, she was the help side and had to catch up to her, and that's how she scored over her. He said Hannah never scored over Juju.
So let me land my plane with this, Juju, because that's the whole thing I'm getting. So number one, when you talk about National Player of the Year, you cannot possibly be breaking it down to a single game, right? So let's take individual games out of it, like single games out of it. Talk about what they were doing at the time. It was probably about mid-season, right? When I had this conversation, and for everything that Juju was doing, and if you just look at the stats, Hannah was doing very similar things. Here's the difference: Hannah was doing it at 5'6", right?
Okay, so that's the crazy part. Magic Johnson, remember, he was bigger than every single guard. So people were like, "Oh, he's 6'9". And he's a point. No, there's no other. You can't fault somebody for being taller than everybody else in that position. It has nothing to do.
I'm not faulting Juju. That's the thing. I'm not saying when I say that Hannah was doing this.
Look at Tay. Tay said she can score over Juju. She just had to play in a system. And I'm telling you, Tay, that is not true.
Hannah is 5'6". Juju is 6'2". Come on. It's not. What are we talking about? There's a 6-inch height difference. There's a 6-inch height difference. That's what I'm saying. So when I say that everything, as close as they were, everything that they were doing was so close in terms of stats.
Yeah.
But Hannah was doing it at 5'6". So when I say Hannah was doing it at 5'6", that has nothing to do with Juju being taller than Hannah. I'm just talking about what Hannah is doing in that league.
Okay.
At 5'6". That's all I'm saying.
Stop right there.
That's all I'm saying.
That is a great point. That is a great point. What she's doing is what she should be doing as a off guard, right? At 5'6". She's doing exactly, and she's doing it well. But
no, I'm saying she's over. She's at 5'6".
Okay,
overachieving.
Hold on.
She's overachieving.
Okay, so let me make a point. Juju is overachieving when she is blocking shots that players who are 6'7", 6'5", 6'4", she's overachieving. That's how closely the two, you got her achieving at 5'6". I got Juju at 6'2", blocking 6'7", Tay. Okay?
Listen, I'm gonna say this, you're not gonna like this, Ju.
Here's another thing. He says she's playing. She is the system for Notre Dame. She is the system. She has the green light like Ju has the green light. So
I'm gonna say, Juju, you're not gonna like this.
She had draft picks on. Hannah has more draft picks on her team than Ju, and they were seniors. I had 2 seniors who are now drafted: Sonia Citron and Maddie Westfeld and Latu King. She's got 3 draft picks, honey, that are in the league right now playing. Ju had 2.
I'm gonna say this, and you're not gonna like it, Ju. I'm gonna say this, and you're not gonna like it.
Okay. But I know who got National Player of the Year, so I will love it. I love to hear what you have to say, because it doesn't matter what you said, because Charlie Cream and some other dummy are the only ones that didn't give her, stopped her from getting an unanimous vote. So you got to argue with them. But go ahead.
So here's all I'm gonna say about that, Juju, is that I personally, so Juju Watkins is a 6'2", 2 guard with excellent ball skills. Excellent skills, excellent shooter.
You need to stick. We need to stop. Me and you need to stop, and we need to focus on Tay. Okay.
No, hold on. Let me land my plane on this.
Land your plane, please.
6'2",
because this is good.
Excellent ball skills, excellent footwork, and is more athletic than probably the majority of people on the court with her at any given time, right?
And that's a problem.
Overachieving. To me, no, it's not a problem. She's not overachieving to me. Like she is, like, not in the same way that a 5'6" player Just putting up similar numbers here. You see what I'm saying? Like I can't see Juju as overachieving. Juju is playing to her potential, right? That's how I see it, and that's not a
Okay.
knock on Juju to me. To
No,
me, like I don't mean
a
that.
knock,
That's
but you
I don't mean
are
that as a knock.
negating, but you're negating the fact that they're both finalists for the defensive player of the year. Juju is 6'2", and I keep telling you she's overachieving at the defensive blocks. And the only reason she didn't go in and get 7 defensive boards like she did last year is because she had to pull back, and she had Kiki now getting boards that Kayla Davis couldn't get, and Rhea. When Rhea was out, her rebounds are 11 and 15. Okay? I'm telling you, the woman could get 10 rebounds if she wanted to. Tay said something that is very interesting. He said Juju is slightly better defensively, and I appreciate you saying that. I will agree on that because she blocks shots, but she doesn't get steals like Hannah. Let me say something, Tay.
The players.
No. Don't even do that, B. Will. Don't even do that. Their average steals are like 0.3 apart. And Hannah's at 3.8. Ju's at 3.5. They're similar. They both are averaging around 4 steals. So how is now? You said Hannah averaged 6 and Juju 3, or Juju is 2 steals a game. Now I'm gonna say that defensive, that stealing part, Hannah is dominating. She's not. Juju is averaging 3 blocks a game to Hannah's 0.5. She's like 3-point difference. Their steals are 0.3 apart. And as far as what she averaged points wise, Ju sacrificed some of her scoring because she had Avery in there, Kennedy in there, and Kiki in there to help score. And she averaged at the end, when she got hurt, 23.9. But if Jacob were to go in and tell you what Ju averaged the last 5 games, she's averaged 30 points a game. She was on her way in that tournament. The tournament itself, she was already averaging about 30. She was about, at the time when she went down, she was like right behind Tanaya. Tanaya had dropped down to like 24. Ju was at 23.9. And Tanaya was like 24.2. Ju was about to be at the 26.5. She was about to end the season. I'll raise my right hand to God. She would have ended the season at 27 because she was going to have to average between 27 and 30 if they wanted to go further in the tournament. When the freshies weren't going to probably step up as well, they were going to be there, but not as well. Ju was going to know that when she faced UCLA and when she faced UConn, first UConn, then UCLA, she was going to have to give us 30 to get to the finals. And that's on God. I can tell you because that's the trajectory of her. Her trend. She steps up in the moment better than Hannah did. Hannah was very disappointed when she played. She disappeared, and B-Will, you even said this. I think you were watching live. She disappeared against North Carolina State. She disappeared against Florida State. She disappeared like in moments when they needed her, and that she disappeared. She was throwing up wild layups. Her shot wasn't falling. She really didn't know what to do at that point. And in the last game, they said that I didn't even say this. I didn't even talk down on Hannah. But people in social media was like, Hannah shot them out of that game because she got frustrated. She did. And I think she got frustrated though, Will, because Coach Ivy was trying to go to Citron and live, and they were not cutting it. So her average points had already passed Hannah at the end of the season, and that's what matters. She had taken second. She was second behind Latson. That's why I was like, it's okay. She could. She was barely ahead of her. And it happened like that their freshman year. Hannah was like ahead of her slightly. And so what Ju does, she knows this is going on. And she turned around and she said, oh, and she had 3 bad games, like the whole team. And that's when she went and locked herself into midnight. And she came out to Stanford and she's like, okay, I got to get out of this slump. The team's like, Ju's got to get out of this slump. We're not hitting. That's what's smart about the seniors is they were like, we're going to beat her. She has a mismatch. These guards for Stanford can't stop her. And she scored 51. And that's when she put the race away. So this year she put the race away by doing something that this is something that has been reported, that no NBA player, this year. No, for a while actually. NBA, WNBA, college has not done 38, 11, 8, and 5. Put the race away right there, and then continue. I mean, this is how a national player of the year needs to show up, y'all. You play the number one team in the nation, undefeated team in the nation, and then you go ham 38, missed 2 free throws, should have been 40 points. 38, 11 blocks, 11 rebounds, 8 blocks, 5 assists, and probably about 4 steals. That's sick. That is a national. Yeah. There's nothing that Hannah has done. She put that away. But
she put it away. Yeah.
You know what I mean? To take nothing away from Hannah, because she was balling. I was so, compared to Ju in the beginning, I was like, wow, Hannah has grown an inch. She's 5'7" now. She says she's 5'7". I'm gonna give it to her. She says she's 5'7", and the girl was like hooping and doing it all. But when it came down to you showing up for your team and not fading and being a transcendent player and playing in the moment when it counts, when it matters, taking your team from, she got as high as third, Hannah and them got to number 1 in the country. And very next game, dropped. Very next game. You don't do that. Drop somewhere all the way down to what she dropped down to, Jacob? What did they end up dropping down? 7?
They dropped down. Eventually, they dropped down that far. This is 6 or 7, something like that. But eventually they dropped.
Yes, 6 or 7.
Eventually, they dropped down to 4 or 5 or something like that.
It was bad. It was bad. They were gotta be 6th or 7th or something like that. Because I think South Carolina was 6th or 5th. It dropped back.
They had a roll. I mean, they went on a slump of bad games. Even games that they won, some games that they won, they didn't play well.
No, and that's what matters. It's not like who. Even when UCLA beat South Carolina, I knew they would in November. I said, but where are they going to be at in March? That's what matters. Yeah. That's what matters. But this takes nothing from Hannah Hidalgo. She is her and Ju are more, they're kind of neck and neck, but not. And I'm telling you, if they still remain the way they are, and y'all go live. Oh yeah, I'm gonna try to go live every hit the subscribe button and hit the bell so that you can come, be ready. I'm gonna try to cover. I was just telling everybody I'm gonna cover a lot of WNBA games, and definitely gonna look at college next year. Even with my girl out right now, I'm gonna follow her. But I don't want people to think what angered me about when we talked about Hannah and we talked about Juju was that all the body of work that Ju has done in her career, whether she sits out next year or not, you got to match that energy for me to think that you're the face of college. You know what I'm saying? Hannah could have a great year next year, Lay, whoever, whatever the case may be, but you still have to match. She's got 1,709 points. Okay? She's one of the top block. I mean, there's so many things I could say about how her team got right back to where they, they were. And Hannah, and how I saw it, if let's say Juju had not got hurt, I believe we would have won the national championship. But that's going to be debatable because AZ was back playing really well at Jan Alfie, whatever the case may be. Let's say UConn won, and I, well, if they won, then we wouldn't have gotten to the Final Four. But because that was stupid the way the committee did it. But let's say it's their senior year, it's still going to be Juju number 1 draft, and wherever Hannah falls with between Wiley, Michaela Williams, Madison Booker, all those sophomores, those wonderful sophomores, it's gonna be Juju Watkins because of her body of work is so. I mean, she won Dawn Staley, she won Ann Myers twice, she's won every every outlet of sporting player of the year and Big Ten player of the year. And she's not just a one, she's a two-way player. So if I'm going to build a franchise, I'm not building it around Hannah Hidalgo to carry a franchise.
No, you're not. No.
But
And
that
that's
takes
so here's the thing.
from Hannah. Hannah is Hannah can carry another franchise. Let's just say that. You feel me? Because we're going to have two brand new ones.
I think people get mixed up about the two things because you can be. So let me just say objectively,
Okay.
Juju Watkins is better than Hannah Hidalgo, right? Objectively, right? And some of the reason why is because of size. Size does actually matter in basketball. I'm sorry, folks. Size does matter. So if they were the same size, would they? Who knows what would happen? But right now, Juju is better than Hannah Hidalgo. However, National Player of the Year doesn't necessarily go to the best player, the best talent, right? It goes to who did what when. And so that's why Hannah Hidalgo had a chance to win it, you know. So it's often two different things, and two things can be true at the same time. Hannah Hidalgo could have won National Player of the Year had things gone a little bit differently, and Juju Watkins could still be the better player and who you would pick number one if they were in the draft that year. So two things can be true at the same time.
True. It's true, and I expect them. I felt Juice Junior and senior year she was going to start pulling away from her, and I feel that Hannah. I'm impressed that she's still in the conversation since they were in high school, but she wasn't in the conversation coming out of high school. She was 6. She was 1. Ju had held that spot since she was 14 years old. She's still holding that spot come their freshman year, and she did it again, and she killed it her sophomore year. She killed it her sophomore year. And she wasn't even that much more ahead of herself from the freshman year, whereas I think Hannah had a larger leap. Now, if Hannah can continue, because this is the thing that people got to realize, and I think Paige peaked. Paige, her freshman year, maybe even sophomore, that girl was leaps and bounds. It was Paige was number 1 in the country. Angel Reese was number 2. Camila Cardoso was 3. Caitlin was like number 4. And Caitlin's progression got better and better.
Mm-hmm.
And I think if we do it all over again, Caitlin probably could be, and let's say there's no injury to Paige, I think Paige would stay 1, Caitlin's 2, Angel Reese 3. But my thing, and that could be arguably, I would still have Angel ahead of her because Angel went to a team and got a national championship. So I have to actually, if I want to go just by championship, Angel would be 1, Paige would be 2. But because Paige didn't get it. But I think if Paige was healthy, she would, and things, I can do that all day. Paige was killing it. Like, her skill set has not improved for me enough. Paige is like, she was already ahead of everybody. I think she, you know what I mean? I think she, and that's the scary part. Angel has not hit her ceiling. I don't even think Clark has hit her ceiling. I think she's still, her trajectory is still going.
For sure.
Yeah.
I think her trajectory, and Juju's trajectory is way still going because her IQ is nowhere near her talent right now. It's getting better and better and better. And the more she studies film, the more she's working with the pros, as more she's increasing her IQ and being ever better to include her teammates, offensive, in the flow of things and being around better players. It's going to make a huge difference in Juju's game. But her IQ definitely is going to make, Hannah's ceiling for me at 5'6".
That's her height.
Her at 7. She's 7. She claims she's 7. I'm gonna give her to her because I've seen her stand next to Enrique, like she said, and look dang near eye to eye with Enrique, who's 5'8". I think Hannah needs to have a 50% 3-point shot at her.
50%. Oh,
Yeah.
Jesus.
Papa had it. Papa had it. She
50%.
And Hannah shoots about 50% 3-pointers. Excuse me. I'm sorry. Not field goal. 3-pointers. She's not going to be able to score inside. Okay, she's just not. She quick as I don't know what though, but she's gonna have
That's the
problems.
thing. So that's for me. I agree with you.
So I think her
ceiling is her height.
Needs to increase, and I got her being pretty solid in the pros. I got her. She can be solid. I can't wait till that class comes out. I don't know if Juju's gonna be a part of it, but here's something for all of you guys, and it burned my chat because if Juju doesn't come out and she has to come out with 2028, one outlet, just one. She's not going to come out in 2027. She has to come out in 2028 if she sits out. They said that Sarah Strong will go higher than Juju Watkins.
Wait a minute. Why would she have to come out in 2028 if she sits out? She can sit out a year and still come out in 2027.
Yeah. You know what I'm making. The point is that let's say she wants to finish her 2 years. She can come out in 2027. Absolutely. But let's say she wants to take another year, make more money, and get her body and knee and everything stronger. Okay, just being stronger. Like take advantage of that year. It comes out in 2028. One outlet said they feel that Sarah Strong will go higher than Juju, and that's subjective.
That's way too much.
Sarah's a badass, though. Sarah's a badass.
She is, but she's only a freshman. She's a freshman. We don't know what's going to happen.
We don't know what's going to happen.
We don't know what's going to happen.
What if this is the best that she gets and she only increases by little bits? I like it.
Exactly. What if this is as good as she gets and then so she just kind of plateaus out? That's way too much projection. To project a freshman.
What I said, I felt like, golly, really? Wow.
Even when they were doing it for Juju. Like, come on, man.
It was too soon.
It's too soon. Too soon. And I will say this. Sarah Strong.
Her trajectory with her class since she was 14, before she was a senior in high school, all indicators, factors, and variables will have, and as she continues, and as they all, Juju would be the number one draft pick because of the trajectory. She left Windward, came to Sierra Canyon, overtook the number one team in the nation, Duncanville, I believe it was, or Sedell, Freewell, whatever the name of school, and took Sierra Canyon and that coach to their first number one national ranking in history. Turned around and won to California, which is one of the biggest states in the country, in the nation, won the state here and became the number one team in the nation her junior year. Who knocked her out from getting to our California state meet was Kennedy Smith and Ed Wnba off of one play, off of Gilbert Arenas' daughter, Isaiah Arenas, fouling Puff, and then them getting to the free throw line and taking the lead by freaking 1 point. Juju was on her way to winning again 2 straight championships in a row, and that's how I saw it happening in college.
Hey, Ju and Joe, I'm picking Juju Watkins over Sarah Strong every time it comes up.
Why?
And for one reason. Because Juju can just do more. They're the same height. Like Sarah Strong is gonna always be 6'2".
Okay.
She gonna always be 6'2". She gonna always be a 3-4 player, right?
Yeah.
Probably 4.
Do you think
Juju can just do more? Juju can just do more. I think Juju can just do more than Sarah Strong. So if I'm picking because Juju can just do more. And nothing negative. I ain't saying nothing negative about Sarah Strong.
Nothing at all.
Nothing negative about Sarah Strong. But if I gotta pick between the two, I'm gonna pick Juju Watkins every time because she can just do more.
Yeah.
And that's it.
That's it.
That's
I like
the only
that.
reason.
I'm gonna use that she can just do more. I like that. And then Tay said, she getting Rookie of the Year? Good Lord. He also said that. So you think Hannah hit her ceiling? Do I think Hannah hit her ceiling? No, I think Hannah has. It's up to Hannah. It's up to her. It's truly up to her and what work she puts in. And I told you she's got to improve because she needs to start working on it now. I want her to be a higher percentage 3-point shooter. I want her to be a 3-level scorer that can do it at the next level at 3 levels. I don't think she can do 3 levels. And if I will sit here, I'm going to still be up here in 4 years. And when we sit here and we revisit this conversation, I'm going to say, okay, I warned you. Because just like Clark, she had no floater. She has no mid-range. And I was like, come on, Caitlin.
She got a floater. She does have a floater.
Everybody knows that she's just now putting up a floater. She airballed the first one. I was like, come on, you're breaking past the first line of defense. You're getting into the hole. Come on, float it. And she tried, and it wasn't there. And announces everybody, she needs to work on that. She doesn't have a floater.
I'm sorry. Are you talking about Hannah or Caitlin Clark?
Caitlin.
Okay, Caitlin. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. She don't have a floater, but
it's coming.
That's what she's learning. It's coming. It's coming. Same. Sabrina now is not the same Sabrina that came into the league, right?
Yes.
So she can get better, and she had room to grow. Like Sabrina, for whatever she was, Caitlin was very very similar. They were very similar players.
Yes.
And so for me, like they have so much room to grow because there's so many holes in their game that I see as guards, right?
Yes.
And ball dominant guards, right? So there's so many holes in the game and that they can learn. Like it's all stuff that they can learn how to do. You know what I'm saying? It's all stuff that they can learn how to do.
I say Juju, and she did it this year, was to pass out of the doubles and the triples. But how much longer would a better team around her will she be doubled and tripled that way? That's one of the separators for me about national. There's no way you cannot be National Player of the Year if you draw that much attention. That Gino has given her all the praise. He said no, she's unguardable without you doubling her and sending the whole damn team against her. That's the key part. You're not going to tell me that woman is not National Player of the Year, but you have. If that's the case, then be bold like Corey Close and put one person on her. Go do it. I dare you. And when I said it, I said if you go 1v, if you have single coverage on Juju, she's going to score 40, and it doesn't mean that she's taking a bunch of shots, penetration,
rebounds, everything. She's all over the place. She's going to hit 40 on you. Because
she's that good.
She's that good. You feel me? So I haven't seen, that's why with Tanaya Latson, I'm like, okay, that's a great pickup. That's a great pickup. But in Don's system, is she the same player that she was with Florida? She's not going to be asked to do as much. But you need somebody. She's a volume shooter as well. So she needs some time to get in rhythm to take those closing shots or penetrations or drives, because that's just one person that you've added. Losing for Wiley, for me, makes a big difference. But we've added, Ashton is not an offensive threat. Okan is in a weaker conference. A weaker conference. So she averaged 15 points, but would she do that in the SEC? And then you got Tessa, who was totally off last year. I did not like her. Tessa went to Jay was all I ever said. She was not cutting the mustard. And Raven, wasn't she damn near averages 2 points? Like, where is your offense coming from? And I've seen Acock Maker, and I saw McDowell, and I saw them against others in the McDonald All-American game, but it was Sienna Best and Jazzy. I like Bella Hines, who's going over there. It was so many other players that outshine them that you have to learn. You got to hope that everybody gels, has chemistry, and can understand the system. You got to get people to do that. It's not something you're going to do overnight. I hope you guys know this, but Texas picked up 2 more players. And just because they don't have a name or that you don't know about them, it doesn't mean that it doesn't mean anything. Because what matters is fit. they may with their skill set may fit this. Hopefully, the coaches selected them because they fit what's missing, what they need, and they fit the style of play that you selected them to play. You didn't just go grab a body to be grabbing a body like Coach Campbell did at TCU. He's got Olivia with a bunch of 6'3", 4', 5, 6, 7 players, all these bigs. What is that? Where's the forwards? Where's the
Do
shooting
you
guard?
know where? Do you know where Layla Philia landed? Has there been an announcement about her yet?
Let's read this chat real quick. Do you think Juju's the best player in college? Yeah,
Come on,
that's
come on. Is that a
basketball
question?
here. That can't be a question.
Is
Everybody
that a
knows.
question?
Her opposition will tell you that Tanaya said it. She said Juju had a slow start, but have you seen her? Have you seen her of late? Did you see what she did? She was interviewed. She said, yes, she's second in scoring behind me, but did you see her? Have you seen her? Tanaya Lasson said that. Just because I'm a scoring champion does not make me the player of the year. She said, I've known Juju since she was 12 years old. That is one of the most humble stars. People that are opposite of her, she does not have enemies. So okay. So what's the name? What's the name? Hello again, panelist. What's up?
What's up?
What's happening? What was the question? I'm sorry. What was the question? I don't even recognize the name. I faintly heard of the player. Did you spell that name? I can be familiar with who you said. Be will.
Layla Philia. She was on Team USA. She went to Michigan and then she transferred to Texas, but then she got an injury to her eye actually, and so she tried to come back, but then she ended up having surgery on her eye, so she didn't.
Yes.
She basically got picked up a redshirt year for the year she was at Texas.
Okay, she'll come back. She'll be a junior.
I think she'll be a senior. I think she'll be a senior because even it's it's funny. That's why I stopped looking at Tankathon because everybody was talking about Tankathon is probably the most realistic draft predictions, but they still had Layla Philia going in the second round and she hadn't even played. She wasn't even playing and she was taking the rest of it. They had Layla Philia going in the second round all the way up until I think January, February. I'm like, what? They can't possibly be keeping up.
That's what we did with AZ Fudd. AZ Fudd barely played, and we still had her
Right.
first round. First round. I said a healthy, which I'll never think she will because she has a nagging injury in her foot. That's always going to be a problem. And AZ's shooting is amazing, but
It is.
she really can't get off the ground. She really can't get that shot off unless she's fairly wide open. But she has such a
not true, Juju. Not true. Her trigger is so quick. Her trigger is so quick.
It is so quick. You know I love AZ Fudd, so I'm with you. It's going to have to be as quick as you are saying. It needs to be that quick for me. And you get AZ to move and not move around and then try to take a shot off the bounce. It's not there. I watched it over and over and over, and I said, damn, she doesn't have that yet. I don't know if she's ever going to get that. I hope she gets that back. She'd be deadly. Kay said, I'm surprised Fred did all that coming off with 2 ACLs. Yeah, her mom played for Georgetown and used to kill UConn. Gino said. He said her mom was amazing, but she has the same problem. And that's why I cannot pick her so high, we will. It's too injury prone. She's too injury prone. I worry about Paige right now. I feel like she's not going 100% because she's being careful. I'm gonna worry about Juju. I don't know. I think her game's gonna look different. I think it's gonna that stop on a dime. She's already sliding. That step through. I don't know if she's gonna have the lift right away. I don't know any of those things. They say you can come back stronger. She knows. She told Phil. Phil said she knows she has to work on her body. She needs to do some plyometrics. She's got to get all that bounce back, and she needs to work on her handles a little bit more. Got to be tighter. Same thing with Wally. Hers are way back. She can't play point the way her handles are. Cannot. Hannah, I don't know. I haven't seen her play point. I can't. I've seen her do a little combo work, but straight point. What's she gonna play? Hannah fans, What is Hannah going to play in the W? 1 or 2? Or does it matter because it's so positional? You okay?
1.
To play a 1?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just blindly guessing.
Jacob said the thing about Hannah is that she's not good in the tournament, and that's the separator. And that's what I mean. Like, I need Hannah to not disappear in the moments that we need Hannah to play like you're a number 1 player. You got to be able to handle the pressure. So Tay said Hannah's going to play 1. She's going to play 1. She's going to play 1.
She's going to have to show it then.
She's going to have to show it for me, too.
Yep, she's going to have to show it.
And you want me to say Juju comes out in 2027, skips her senior year, you need me to, or plays her that year, I'm sorry, to play 2027, sorry, and then goes to the draft. And, like, she got to win it. Because I don't think she wants to leave SoCal without a championship. I know she knows how close she is to winning a championship. Whether people want to see it or not, I see it because the vets and some of the top players is thinning out. We have the best player in the country, Betts, to go through. Who's behind Betts next year? Kiki Rice? Okay, we faced them at least 3 times. We're going to face them at least 3 times. Because I know we're going to be in the top. And people like, y'all are not going to be in the top in the Big Ten. Okay.
Here's all I think Juju comes out in 27, no matter what she does in 2026.
Woo! That's a hot take. Hot take.
Because I personally think that Juju should sit out the whole 2026 year. Why come back, in the middle of the season, or it's actually going to be at the end of the season,
25 to 26. Yeah. She could
why
come back if they're closer. If they can make a deep run, I think she would step on the court. That's my hot take. But if not, just sit it all out. Just sit it all out.
I'll hurt. I don't care if they make a deep run. You know what? Is it worth the rest of your career? That's what I'm saying.
Right.
So for me, I think she should do. I think she should be selfish, if people want to call it that. But I think she should do what Olivia Miles did. Take the whole year, make sure you're 100% when you come back, and then come back better.
That's what I think.
Better.
I have to agree. I have the selfish. No, I don't think. I think it's not being selfish of her. I think it's selfish of me to want her to come back sooner. I think you're right. And my sources have said that her and her family have already decided that. We just don't know it yet.
Well, good. I'm glad, because that's what's best for her. And at the end of the day, if you want to continue to watch Juju Watkins play for a long time, then you have to do. You have to be on college.
Then why not go for 2 more years instead of what you're saying? Why?
So here's why. Because here's for me, if Juju sits out 2026, right? The only reason for her to come back to college for her 2028 year, for take a true fresh redshirt year and then come back for her 5th year, the only reason to do that is for the NIL money, which may be more than the WNBA. But the CBA is about to happen, and so we don't know what's going to happen with that.
Second reason is if you think Juju Watkins, if Cleveland or some off the wall something has the number 1 draft, you better believe she's not going. Okay, I'm telling you, she will stay in college. If it's some crappy team that she has to carry, or it's clear across the country, she's not doing it. It's not.
Hey Juju.
Her mom can't do her bun. Okay.
Juju Watkins, no matter what year she comes out, Juju Watkins is more than likely 99.9% going number 1. She's going number 1.
No matter what year, I'm telling you, she's going number 1. But I'm telling you, she's not.
So Cleveland, whoever is the number 1
stuff, okay?
Whoever Whoever gets the number one pick is going to be a bottom dweller.
I know that, but she doesn't have to accept that. Is my point. She can stay in school, and I'm telling you, the second reason is she would stay for the 4th year is because it's Toronto, Temple, or Cleveland, whoever.
All right, what's going to change in 1 year? The Toronto Temple or Cleveland, whoever, or
It could be the
Valkyrie?
Valks. It could be the Valks, and she'll take that.
The Valkyries. So the Valkyries probably going to be, the bottom three the next couple years.
So then that's fine. Well, then she can come up north with me.
So you stay. So let me get this straight, Juju. You have the option to come out in 2027, right?
And it's the Valks, and let's say it's the Valks.
Now listen. So it could be the Valks or one of the other expansion teams or another bottom feeder, right? We have to see how the lottery plays out, right? Have to see how the lottery plays out. But whoever it is going to be a bottom dweller. The only difference is going to be the only difference is going to be the location, which she still won't be able to control. So you come out, you don't like who got the number one pick in 2027. All right, you come out next year, and the number one pick in 2028 might be even worse for you. Might be even worse.
Okay.
In terms of location for you. So like, what's the point? Like you got to come out, and Juju would have came out this year if she could have.
She said she wouldn't. She said it already. She said she wouldn't. It's not. She doesn't feel that the league is ready. It's not expanded. It's a hell no. She's not coming out this year. When you getting $765,000 over $76,000 rookie pay. No, before the CBA. Come on, Will. Why would I pass up almost $1 million for 100 just to play in the W? She's already going to play in Unrivaled, so she'll get that 250. But it's going to be even more. Unrivaled is great. It's going to be even more that they offer. Dude needs to wait till the money is right. It's the right fit, and also
it's going to be. She's going to
a long shot, but I guarantee you, the Sparks are going to do whatever they can to keep her in Los Angeles. I'd say that for 1,000.
The Sparks ain't getting Juju. The Sparks are not getting Juju.
Why?
Because the Sparks are not going to be that bad for 2 years in a row. The Sparks will not be that bad.
You'll give up some people to keep her in LA.
What you going to give up?
Cam.
You going to give up Cam?
Yeah.
Brink.
Shit.
You going to give up Rakia?
Yeah, for Juju. The market is better in Los Angeles for her. It's better. She owns LA. We have never had a college player on that mural.
Man.
She is on billboards. You drive down the 110 freeway, you can look over and see Galen from the 110. You look over to the right, you see our big, it's a big sign that has other ads on there. Juju's all up there. Juju's on, man, you have no idea. You got to come to LA. We love Juju Watkins. We're going to do whatever it takes to keep her at home.
Well, if that's the case, then there's
she's
no
up
reason
there with Shohei Ohtani. She's up there with LeBron. Juju, man, I'm flabbergasted how well known.
If that's the case, Ju, then she can come out in 2027. If the Sparks gonna do whatever they need to do to get Juju, then they'll trade whatever they need to trade in 2027 to get her.
We got to trade.
No,
how about we trade future draft picks? I don't want to. I need Ricky.
You just told me you would give up. You just told me.
Okay, let me take it back.
You just told me you would give up. If you were the LA Sparks, you would give up Cam Brink and Rakia Jackson for Juju.
No, hell no. I want to give up future draft picks.
Oh, see, no. So I'm not. I don't care what team I am that's in the Juju sweepstakes. I am not giving up Juju Watkins. If I got the number one pick, I am not giving up Juju Watkins for any future draft picks. Not at all. I would only give up.
Are you kidding me?
I would.
No. When you say that, the class of 2028 for me is Sarah Strong. The class of 2029. Think about the players that are coming, which would be like a Jazzy Davidson or Kennedy and all of them, right? Or the number who's in
You not
Sienna
getting.
Betts, all of them. Hell yeah. I'm taking Juju over them. You can have those first round guys because those are the ones that are coming behind.
That's what I'm saying to you, Juju. If I'm in the Juju Watkins sweepstakes, right? And I'm in the lottery.
Who's the number one pick behind the class of 2028? And who do you suspect it might be in 2029?
It's too early for me. And so from where the point I'm arguing from, Jew, the point I'm arguing from is that it doesn't matter. There's nobody coming up that looks right now better than Juju Watkins, right? As my franchise player.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying, Jew. If I am in the Juju Watkins sweepstakes and I got the number one pick the year that Juju Watkins is coming out,
I'm not giving that up. She's the number one pick.
I'm not giving exactly, and that's what you and so it's not going to be Los Angeles. I don't see Los Angeles. I don't see Los Angeles getting in the lottery. They're going to be too good a team. They're going to be a good team, and so I don't see them.
So what?
You would have to trade.
Second round or someone in the lower first round. I mean, they won't have the number one pick. I'm saying I said first round. I didn't say number one. If I have number 15 in the first round or the number 7th, 10th, I'm saying I'll give that up and I'll give you something from the second. So
I'm not taking that deal. That's what I'm saying is, Juju.
I don't care. I'm taking it because who was in the 28 draft that I want? And which is the next who's behind us? You already see who's number one is Chavez, it's Jazzy, it's Sienna Betts, and on, right? I don't care about them. I'll give that up.
Exactly. But that's what I'm saying. Jude. I think you're missing me.
I think I'm missing. Yeah, I probably am.
I'm saying if I'm in the same thing.
I think I'm saying. I just don't know how to say it.
But you were saying the reason I'm talking about this is because you're saying the Sparks need to get Juju, right? The Sparks going to do whatever they need to get Juju, right?
Whatever it takes. What is it going to take? What do we need to do?
There's nothing you can do except for maybe I would trade if I got the number one pick in the year that Juju comes out. Maybe the Sparks can offer me Cam Brink and Rickea Jackson, and I'll say, okay, I'll give you Juju, and I'll take those two, right? Maybe, but that's a ridiculous trade.
Not just one of them, no.
Not just one. You gotta be both. You gotta be both.
I don't want to give up Rickea. I don't care. You can have Cam.
But you're not gonna give up both, and that's what I'm saying. The Sparks will be stupid to give up both for one player, even if it is Juju.
I'm not giving up both, but we got to do something.
That's what you would have to do for me.
Future pick. I don't. Why?
You couldn't give me a future pick. There's no future pick.
If I'm Toronto Temple, you don't want to have two players for Juju?
No.
Okay, fine.
No, I'm saying no. You can give me again. That's what I'm saying, Juju. You can give me Cam Brink and Rickea Jackson. Oh, then I'll give you Juju. Yeah, I'll trade that. But you can't give me Rickea Jackson and a future pick. No, not for Juju Watkins. No, you can't give me Cam Brink and a future pick. For Juju Watkins. No.
Have to tank. Then will that help?
They're not gonna tank. It's gonna be impossible for them to tank. They got too good a team.
Look, man, she cannot go to no Cleveland or no Toronto, bro. I'm not doing that.
You just don't want her to leave. You don't want her to leave California. I understand.
No.
Say, hey Joe, this is the crash out, Joe. This is the crash out. She does not want Juju to leave California.
I'm getting this. So I just like to advocate a little bit. What about Derica? Would you do some sort of trade for Derica?
I like Derica.
She's too old.
Oh, you cut through my heart. I love her.
She's too old. I do too. But she's too old to trade for Juju.
She's the only one that kind of handles Asia for some reason. I don't know why Asia has a problem with her. I don't. She gets.
They know each other so well.
Maybe they know each other from
They
practice.
played together. They played together for more like 4 seasons.
I think Angel has problems with everybody.
Asia
I
Wilson.
mean, oh, I'm sorry. I thought you said Angel.
Oh
I
no,
mean,
no,
what's
no.
yeah,
Asia
Reese.
Wilson.
Okay,
That's the
yeah.
only player that I can tell that ever gives her just. I
No,
don't know.
Angel
A lot
has
of
problems with
sparks.
Jonquil. She has problems with
Well,
Angel Reese too.
well,
Yeah, she
Angel,
has,
low key,
yeah,
Angel and Cardosa. Asia got a problem.
yeah,
When I
yeah.
saw those
She got
5
problems.
blocks from
Angie's
Yeah,
got a problem.
Cardosa last year, that was sick. She had
yeah.
a ooh man, and it's gonna get worse because they're getting better. It's getting worse, and they're getting comfortable with
Again,
how to defend
Asia,
her. Yeah, you're right.
Asia don't want to play bully ball down. Asia don't want to play bully ball on offense. She don't
She
want
don't
to.
like
She don't want to work that hard on offense. She'll get
not on
grounded on defense.
for the rebound. She doesn't
Yeah, but she wants to play her
outside.
her
She'll pull her
skill.
outside
Yeah,
shot.
she wants her finesse game, and that's fine.
That's fine.
So I always hate to be the fuddy duddy, but my eyes glaze over as soon as y'all start talking about tomorrow or the next day. So I mean 2028 and 2029, I
No,
can't
it's
even
far.
consider.
I get it. I get it. I get it.
Too
I
far.
get that
Too
it's
far.
far. I
What-
get that it's far because people can look. Audie Crooks can come out and keep losing weight and doing her thing. I mean, there's so much. Hannah. I don't know what Juju's going to look like after her knee. I don't know. But all intents and purposes, her body, her strength, and her work ethic, whatever she needs to do to get where she needs to go, she's going to do it because she's that driven. She's that gifted, and it's in her stars. It's in her calling. She's chosen, if that makes any sense. Because if Paige can have a double ACL takeoff all the time, and she still goes number one, why the heck wouldn't Juju? Because of Hannah, Julie, because of
No. She's going number one.
She's going number one.
She's going number one.
There.
Unless the 2026, 27 year she underperforms. That's the only way she doesn't go number one in 2026.
But they're going to look at the body of work because Paige underperformed. She did not get player of the year. She averaged 18 to 19 points. Some games I've seen her score 7.
She showed up in the
she's
tournament.
consistent. Don't. She won they won the tournament, but it was a team, and she showed up hella. Yeah, she sure did, and she's Paige.
She's Paige, right? So that's what I'm saying about Juju. Like something have to be crazy for her to not go number one in whatever year she comes out in the draft. I don't care who else is in the draft.
I don't care who else is in the draft. There's no way.
That's what I'm saying. So, and that's my whole point to you, Juju. If I have that number one pick,
you're not giving it up. You're not giving it up.
I'm not giving it up for nothing. You're gonna have to come up. It's gonna have to hurt you. It's gonna have to hurt you for me to give it up. So that's why you gotta give me Cam and Rakia. You gotta give me your future. You have to give me your future.
Okay.
Your future is Cam and Rakia. You gotta give me your future for me to give you mine. You know what I'm saying?
I don't want her to go. I need her to go to a halfway decent team. I don't really want her to go to like the bottom of the barrel, which I haven't seen this year. Really, who is the bottom of the barrel? To be honest with you, because I really enjoy the Vouch and the Spark. So, like, I don't know how long that's gonna last. But
who was your favorite player in the 2024 draft?
2024.
Yeah, the Caitlyn, Angel, Camilla, that draft.
Oh, who do I think should have been number one in that draft?
No. Who was your favorite player?
Angel.
Angel was your favorite player.
Yeah. She was my favorite.
Where did you want to see her go? Where did you want to see her go? 3, right?
2.
I want to see.
So 3 would have still landed her in Chicago.
Oh wow.
Oh yeah. Huh. Yeah, it did. Which is fine. Yeah. 3 would have. Yeah, 3 would have landed it because Cardoso got Camilla was 3, huh?
Camilla was 3. So if Angel had gone 3 If Andrew had gone 3 to Chicago, then they wouldn't be playing together because
Who?
Miller was going to go 4.
Oh, who had 4? Sparks?
The Sparks.
And they got
They
Rikia. And they took
they took
Rikia.
Rikia. Yeah.
But Rikia, but who was the most pro ready was Rikia. I just think he played her so wrong. I think he didn't know what he had. Rikia was
for some reason he didn't know what he had. For some reason he didn't know what he had.
He didn't. I don't know. I think he was trying to, and you shouldn't try to manipulate things like that. I think he thought, let me put Cam in the forefront instead of letting it happen organically. Because I felt that Cam needed to muscle up a little bit more, and she fouled too much. So I don't know that I kind of like would have done that. Rikia should have been on the floor a lot more than her. She should have been the focal point.
Well, he had to start Cam because Azariah Stevens was still hurt. She came back later. So he had to go with Cam, whether he wanted to or not. I don't know if he wanted to or not, but he had to go with Cam.
And Kia Nurse was there, huh? Probably shouldn't know streets. Okay.
Yeah.
So, no matter what, well, I mean, would you think? Okay, so Jacob said they're not letting you go to a super team in LA. How is that a super team when you got Arika Agumawale? They built a super. Look, she didn't go to no crappy team in Dallas. They really actually. You got Big Tierra McGowan. You got Dejanay Carrington. You got Nalissa Smith. You got Arike. Like you did pretty doggone good, Paige, going over there. It's all about now, but you got a new coach, new GM. It's all about how this is gonna.
Year.
That wasn't like a dumbed down team that she went to.
Yeah, they had a down year because of injuries and stuff.
Yeah. Do you think Dallas is gonna make? What do you think? Okay, let me ask Jacob a question. What do you think Dallas is going to be this year? What do you think they will be? Will they make the playoffs? Can they make the playoffs, Jacob? And Will?
Dallas this year?
Yeah, Joe. Do you think Dallas? Because come on, you guys, you can't look at where they are now. You have to be real foresighted when I ask you this question. Where do you think they'll be? It's too early, but yes, it's too early.
If I had to make a prediction, I'd say it's possible. If I had to make a prediction, I'd say it's possible.
To be in the top 8. In the top 8.
Yeah, to be in the top 8.
Yeah.
I think the league is going to be very competitive this year, and so I think it's going to be hard for them. But we have to see what happens with them. I think they have the pieces on their team that they could.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do 100%.
If Paige rounds out and really starts getting what I feel like people need to be worried about is that kid getting comfortable the way Caitlin got comfortable. When she got comfortable second half of the season, it was lights out. If Paige can get comfortable and do really, really stuff, and I don't know that she can. I don't know that she can. I don't know where Paige's head is. I just can't tell. But Melissa, Dejanay, Arike, Sierra, I don't know who comes in for her when she gets crazy fouling out. And Alyssa. And then I don't know who else is on that bench. I got to learn them a little bit better. I think they got something. But with Paige being as efficient as she can be, Paige can do some damage. And from her, like the Paige that I know, when Paige goes off and she slithers in and she does some of the moves that she does and the no look pass, that girl is good.
I think Paige will start being far better and far more efficient sooner than Caitlin did. I think Caitlin's path was a little more complicated. So yeah. I think Paige will show up a lot sooner in the season.
What do you mean when you say complicated?
Well, a lot of that stuff is, political, and everybody gets all pissed off about it. But yeah, I think she was singled out, and people bullied her and knocked her down and all that stuff. But
You think it was a distraction? You think that distracted her at all?
I think she's a superstar, and also
She was guarded differently. She was guarded differently than Paige is probably going to be.
she's superhuman. So I think she did phenomenal under the situation. I think Paige will have a much smoother. Well, Caitlin's already shown up, so now we have the second token white great player. So I think it's going to be far easier for her. I think she's nicer. I think she's going to show up much sooner.
I think she's going
to. Let me ask you this, Joe.
Yeah, sure.
You mentioned Caitlin Clark being knocked around. I don't disagree that she was guarded differently, but I'll come back to that.
She's guarded differently than so far than Paige is.
I'll come back to that because I have a different take on it. But anyway, you mentioned Caitlin being knocked around.
Yeah.
You remember when Breanna Stewart set a completely legal screen on Caitlin Clark? How the internet exploded?
Yeah.
She wasn't looking at Breanna. He wasn't looking at her.
Now remember this. This is Breanna Stewart. This is Breanna Stewart. Never, ever any question about her being a dirty, doggiest player at all. Ever, right?
Right.
Absolutely.
The internet blew up.
Right.
So Sonia Citron, right? So if you're a basketball fan, Sonia Citron is your darling this year, right?
Right.
In this year's draft.
Right.
Yeah, I love her. Yeah.
Yeah.
BG set a completely legal screen on Sonia Citron.
Yeah.
Did the internet blow up?
No.
What was it? It was a basketball play.
I embrace everything. There's going to be haters, and there's going to be haters that aren't making a good point. And then there's other people that are making a good point. So I don't care what people thought about Citron. Sonia was online making a joke about how she was
welcome to the league.
Yeah, welcome to the WNBA. She's a rock star. She didn't care what. Oh, and also,
Caitlin did either. Caitlin understood. I think, right? Didn't she kind of let it go when Angel hit her in the head and different things?
And Kennedy a couple times, and
that's the point I'm making. That's the point I'm making, Joe. Is that the roughing up part about it is all narrative. It's all narrative. Everybody is getting those welcome to the league moments. You're seeing it happen. You're seeing it happen all the time. Now, as far as Caitlin Clark being guarded differently than everybody, yes, she was. But guess what? Who else has come into the league known for being known for shooting logo threes, right? So you got to guard her. But by the time she comes sooner,
you gotta pick her up sooner.
By the time she comes across half court, you got to be on her already, right? That's just basketball. What we want her to do? You want to come in and let her shoot logo threes on you? No, make it hard for her.
I don't think she's a victim. I agree
He
with
doesn't
everything
think she's
you
a
say.
victim.
I don't care.
Yeah,
I mean,
he doesn't think she's a victim.
she had a path. Whether people want to say
in a lot of things either. So
people can say it was rough or not rough. I don't really.
I just compared it, Joe. I just said I don't think that Paige is garnishing the same type of attention yet.
Yeah. She's under the radar. She's under the radar. She
plays a totally different game.
She's nice.
I think she's being dumbing it down right now. I think they gonna do it to her when they see her get hot. They going to get on Paige.
What as a basketball player, what makes Paige special?
I think she's much more efficient than Caitlin.
Efficiency. That's what makes Paige special. It's her efficiency, right?
She doesn't take ill-advised shots or bad. You know what I mean? She doesn't make a lot of bad decisions, in my opinion. Like, so but here's my thing. I think that's playing it safe. I like that Caitlin is
a little reckless, a little maverick, because I think that it's a greater, the higher the risk, the greater the reward. Okay.
Yeah. For sure.
You might not like it. You may not think like, dang, Caitlin, what the heck was that? But eventually, if her team can keep up with what she's doing, same thing with Lay. If Lay gets with the right people, they can keep up with what she's doing. And a lot of, I don't like it. I'm not gonna lie, I don't like it at all. But the risk that you take, the reward will be greater. And sometimes Paige is just not aggressive enough for me. And whereas Caitlin is. Okay, so I don't know. It's difficult. Who would you rather have? Would you rather have Caitlin her 9 turnovers and 11 assists?
I would rather have Kate. I mean, I would rather have Paige. Honestly,
Okay.
I would rather have. I would
But it
rather
gotta
have
be
Paige.
for the win. It's got to be
on a
for the
good
win,
team.
though, right? It's got to be Paige, because Paige,
Well,
like, she won a championship, doing it in such a fashion that when she was playing USC and the ball was in her hand, she dribbled the clock out, and it should have been a shot by Paige, but she passed it to Sarah Strong for the shot. Juju made an ill-advised foul. She barely touched her. I wonder if the ball would have gone in that Sarah took. And if it did, it would have been tie game. That's it. Not for the win, just for the tie. But my point was, Paige passed it. Whereas the year that Aaliyah Edwards set the pick, which pisses me off to this day, because I never know if Paige would have hit that shot against Iowa. And it irks me. I need that Paige back. Take the shot.
that's what I'm saying. So here's the thing, because we're talking about between Paige and Caitlin Clark, right? Which one of them has that gene? Which one of them is take game on the line? Which one of them
Paige.
shows up? Paige shows up between her and Caitlin. Caitlin disappears.
She disappears, and I don't like that. That's why
I don't like it either. I don't like it either. I don't understand why it happens. I don't understand it.
I don't,
because she's shooting. She'll have any problem shooting any time in the game. But when the moment is big, she ain't there.
Where is she?
And it makes me mad as a fan. It makes me mad.
Mad because I'm thinking, like, where is this big prodigy at? You're not going to see Juju do it. Juju might, even if you make a great, Juju would either take it or she's going to make a hell of a pass to somebody that can.
She wants the smoke. Juju wants the smoke.
She wants the smoke. She going to get you there. And she may not have to take the lap shot, but
I'm not a Caitlin lover, but I must sound like I'm a Caitlin lover. But if we would just pick a random number, if we would say for the next 5 years of the WNBA, would you rather have Paige or would you rather have Caitlin? I don't think there's a question. I would clearly pick Caitlin, but that's for 5 years,
right?
So I wasn't around for her losing the championship.
Caitlin would be stronger.
I didn't see that.
She'd be healthier.
I think she'd kick butt.
I think you might be right on that.
And they're both great. I don't know why we're comparing them. They're great people.
Well, because
they're all great.
But that's the same class. That's what competitive sports is about. You compare running backs. You compare defensive linemen and wide receivers. We compare quarterbacks.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
And that's all it's about. You feel me? You have to.
Yep.
I think anything can happen in 5 years, but I agree. I think that, but why do we think that Caitlin's upside is higher than Paige?
So I don't know that it is, honestly. I don't know. So Paige is in her rookie year and Caitlin is in her second year. We don't know how the next 5 years is going to actually play out. But if I'm betting on it, like for me, from the eye test and what I see, again, if I'm a team, if I take, popularity and ticket sales a little bit off, if I'm just looking at the basketball,
right?
I would probably take I would probably take Paige because I think all around Paige is a better basketball player because she's got more of a bag. She can hit. She can shoot from.
I don't know. She wouldn't have been the number one draft over Caitlin. Caitlin has way more of a following fans.
Again, I'm not talking about number one drafting. I'm talking about if I'm a basketball GM or coach.
GM, yeah.
Which one do I want on my team in terms of just the basketball? Caitlin Paige is a better all around basketball player. Yes, Caitlin can shoot some deep threes, but she's not a 3-level scorer.
But
she's a good passer.
Set a bunch of records, though.
She's a good passer, but Paige is just as good of a facilitator. Paige actually plays defense and does it well.
Oh Lord.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if I'm just looking at the basketball of it, if I'm taking their stardom out of it.
Okay, then don't do that. If you're gonna just look at basketball, you are forgetting about this woman's assists.
I'm not. I'm not. I just can't not see her. Look, if you, Juju, you're a basketball player.
Yeah.
How many? Caitlin Clark set the record for most assists, right?
Yeah.
How many assists did she make?
20 or 22 or something. Yeah.
No.
No, how many assists?
In the
I just
season.
know how many turnovers she had, about 200.
It was 300 and something assists, right? It was 300 and something assists, right? How many turnovers did she have?
200.
Over 200.
Over 200. Right.
So you have to look at the two things together. Now, I assume that her turnovers are going to go down, right?
Yeah.
But I don't expect her to have as many assists either. So, because she has a better team around her, she won't need to be as ball dominant with this current team.
Okay.
Right. So, but I can't see.
So her scoring should go up.
I can't see 320 turnovers and you got 220. 320 assists and you got 220 turnovers. That's not a good assist to turnover ratio.
She cannot keep doing that. She cannot.
It is not. That is not a good assist to turnover ratio. You know the other thing. If you look at, I didn't even know this was a stat. I was looking for somebody else's statistics and came across this stat, and then I looked at Caitlin Clark's stat line on this. You know her points, opposing teams' points off of her turnovers was 15 per game.
Oh,
the rest of the team was 16.
That's what it's about, though. That's the point that nobody wanted to talk about.
That's what I'm saying. That's why you got to look at it all. If you're gonna be a fan of these girls, you got to look at it all and be objective. You got to be objective. Yeah, it looks sexy that she broke a record, but she broke two records.
No one's objective.
Yeah, but we were called haters when we did.
You got to be objective.
No one's objective.
And I'm like, but it matters. He just said that other teams that average 15 points offer her turnovers. That's terrible.
That's horrible.
And she only averaged offense her field goal. What did she average points wise? What was it again?
She was on 19.
So I gave up 15. I made 19 points. That means you pretty much are 4 points. Why am I celebrating this?
That was that's the whole point. So you got to look at it all together.
I did. And when I tried to make a point about Rookie of the Year, she not got hurt, I was saying that the plus minus on the court with Angel, between her and Angel, is a big difference. The impact, of having Angel do what she does and get because rebounds are second chance shots, right? You have to know that. So why are we it's two different positions, but if I have to look at the positions and I have to look at how you impact the win shares on the floor, that's where Angel was ahead. And I was like, why wouldn't I think that she's capable of being Rookie of the Year? But at the end of the year, when Caitlin's team was getting as far as she did. Okay, we see that, but there was reasons for that for Chicago falling to the doldrums. It was injuries. They fell apart. But no disrespect. So Jacob said, question for us, and I need your help with that. You said, what is our opinion on the top 25 list? So I guess there's a list that came out for the top 25 players?
Yeah, about 4 or 5 days ago, I think.
So Jacob, you would have to tell us and help us with that. Jacob Hamby dropped a hyper efficient 17.94 with no help just to be 22nd. Oh,
Asia and Nafisa are top 1 too.
Asia and Nafisa? Okay. B. Jacob, no mean ESPN was disrespectful. Hamby should not have been below Boston. Ooh, I have to agree with that. Wow. And they had, oh yeah, I think I saw Angel was 25, which I was like, no, I'd have her higher.
Yeah, I've got the list if you want.
Yeah, go over the list real quick. Tell me what that looks like.
Okay, Asia number 1, Nafisa number 2, Brianna number 3, Caitlin Clark number 4, Alyssa Thomas number 5, Jonquil Jones number 6, Sabrina number 7. They jump. Netka number 8. Jackie Young number 9. Kelsey Plum number 10. Kalia Copper 11. Sabali or whatever
Sabali.
Is the next number. I can't see the number, whatever it is. 12. She's 12. Satu. I like that name. Kelsey Mitchell is 13. 14
Wow.
Erica.
Arike Ogunbowale.
15 is K-Mac, Kayla McBride. 16 is Chelsea Gray.
Yeah, she kind of she didn't play a lot that last season.
Yeah, and she did great in Unrivaled. That might have helped. 17, Brittany Griner. 18. Okay, this is my heartthrob. Skylar Diggins. Oh my goodness.
That's a good one. That's a good one, Joe. That's
Thank God she's divorced, man. She's gonna get a million.
She was a baddie for years. Yeah.
Okay, is it Sim 30 already? Is it Sim 30 already?
Yeah. 19 is Jewel Lloyd. 20 is Ryan. Ryan Howard is the way to pronounce it. 21 is Aaliyah Boston. 22. This is my second heartthrob. Derica Hanby.
Yeah, I disagree with you on that one.
And then Alicia Gray. Is that accent for real? She is so cute.
Yeah,
so,
it is. She's a country girl.
23, Alicia Gray. 24. Sorry, I got off topic on a couple of those women. 24, Ezzy, and 25, Angel Reese. So, I think it's a pretty good list.
No, I think Angel is way too low. I don't like how high Jewel is, and I don't think that Jackie and Sabrina is higher than a couple of the people that she's above. Just off the rip.
Yeah, for sure.
So So the question was from whoever in the chat.
I like
what do we think? I don't think anything about that list because it's based on nothing. It's based on nothing. Really, it's based on nothing. Like the only thing that you like, the only for sure thing in that list is Asia. Is 1, 2, and 3. Asia, Nafisa, and Stewie because they have been that consistently over the last few years, right?
What's Stewie at?
Stewie was
number
3.
3. Yeah,
I called her Brianna. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Okay, but that's about it. Everything else is up for debate. Every other position is up for debate. Well, at least
no Rakia Jackson
within 5 players. Within five rankings is everything is up for debate. So I don't think anything of it. I think I'm looking forward to seeing how it plays out. I want to see at the end of the season. I want to see who the top 25 players were. That's what I'm interested in.
Okay, I get it. I agree with you on that.
I think it also depends how they fit into the team. Like Jonquil, she's a rock star, but I think she really helps. She certainly fits in really well with the Liberty. And Sabrina, I will hold my opinion about
Me too.
Sabrina,
Me
but
too.
she is really good. So I think it's the fit, that she's on the team that will accentuate her
I
strength.
think Sabrina needs to go to the expansion team or Portland eventually. I think that should be when I guess she'll
Why?
be like great because she's from Oregon and they love her in Oregon. That's what they need. She needs to be a franchise player somewhere.
She doesn't want that. She wants to win.
Yeah, I mean, hey. And here's the thing: like, if
Got a
you look at New
championship.
York, if you look at New York, if you look at the New York team, who's to say that she is not a franchise player for that team, right? You everybody thinks it's Stewie's team, but who's? I mean, yeah, is it
I mean,
really?
she was until they came. She was the franchise for
I
sure.
think Stewie is diminishing a bit in the last
I do
half a year.
too. I do too.
She is.
Somebody said it.
But Jonquil, she's not a leader, but I want Jonquil to be the rock star.
Right. That point. But
She
she
is.
gotta act like though. She gotta play like it though. She gets into these moods.
What
You know.
what can you expound upon that, Juju? What does Jonquil do where she
Well,
moves?
she gets into a mood and she starts fouling, right?
Oh
and
man.
when she gets out of it, when like she gets real frustrated
Yeah.
with that. And
Newsflash: she don't like it physical either.
she don't like it.
She doesn't like it when people get physical with her.
Stay on the outside and shoot the threes, but when they could really use her help sometime, and they did when they sandwiched. I have a photo of them sandwiching Angel down low because she was killing it so bad that they needed her help. I looked up and it was like 4 people on her trying to not stop her from putting it back up. 4.
Okay. Cool.
And I was like, where were you anyway in the first place, Jonquil? But that's not her style. She's not going to be your post style player. And I really like Sabli's baby sis, who seems to be healthy these days. And I think she's going to be a future. She needs to stay right where she is in New York. She's doing a fabulous job. She showed up and really, really helped them win that championship.
Who showed up?
Nairi Sabli, which is Satu.
Oh yeah, she was good.
Yeah.
I remember her from college, and I was like, yeah, she's amazing. She's got to get more run, and I want to see her be more consistent at that, so that people can really see this girl shine.
I'm sure she feels, she's the other sister. That's the only thing people think of her right now is that she's the other sister. I don't know if she's older or younger, but I bet it's tough. I bet it's tough to be in the shadows of your sister.
Well, and Sabli just started playing really well. I've seen her preseason, and she pretty much looked like herself, like the old one, like what I mean. And I was like, wow, if she ever come, Satu. If Satu ever gets back the way Satu can get down, it's people are in trouble. She's a unicorn out there.
She's in shape this year. She was coming off the injury last year. She was complete. She was
always
so out of shape.
Though. That's the problem.
She was so out of shape last year. Look at her body this year versus last year.
Oh yeah, it's so much better.
So I'm sorry to keep jumping around on the topic, but to get back to Jonquil, I would have a question. How do you think Jonquil who jacked her up so that she was successful in the finals?
Oh,
I don't know that anybody jacked her up. I think she just stepped up and came, and did what she needed to do. I think she did what Jonquil does, honestly.
You think so?
I think.
So she just kept showing up as opposed to not showing up sometimes?
Yeah, and
I think it was a better matchup. That team was a better matchup for her.
Yeah, it was. The Lynx didn't have anybody that could contend with her. Because Alana Smith was injured.
Yeah, Alana was injured.
She was not 100%, and even if she was 100%, she's small relative to Jonquil.
Yeah.
And that's why we were talking yesterday. I thought that Cheryl Reeves should have put Dorcas on Jonquil and just beat her up. Just beat her up for a few possessions. Just put her in there to get. Go ahead and let her foul out. Just beat up on Jonquil. Take her legs out from her. You know what I mean? Like not like literally, but like just gas her. Get her off the court.
Hold up, I want to read. Brazil came into the chat. Howdy, Brazil. Somebody said something about a draft tomorrow. What draft?
Probably NBA. I don't know.
Oh, you gotta turn down your background. We will. I'm gonna get.
All right, Tulip. Jonquil is a beast.
Get
like that. Thanks, Tulip.
And Rakia is W's Katie. She's definitely an all-around star. I agree, Tulip. I agree. Big Angel's mind sits better than Boston's. I agree. Who's that in the background? Is that you? You hear that talking?
I hear talking. Yeah.
It's not me.
It's not?
Yeah, I don't have any. My TV is muted. My wife is in the room. Dogs are quiet.
Yeah, nothing on my background.
What is that? Is that me?
It sounds like a radio or something.
Draft starts tomorrow.
Any website can usually play some video.
Fantasy draft. It's a game. Oh, it's a game. Okay, someone's TV. TV? My TV? No. TV. Welcome to everybody on my in my Instagram. I appreciate you playing Jane, Chris, K Baller, Blicky, Nation of Lions, Mariah Brooke,
I'm going to close a bunch of stuff. Sorry.
Yeah, close it because it might be you. I can't see the rest of you guys. I'm gonna have to pull you down until you can do that. I have to mute him first. I can't mute him. Edit my settings. I can't do it. I'm gonna get in trouble for that. Did you figure it out? Did you figure it out?
I closed everything. Everything is closed.
Will.
And I still
That's
hear
gotta be you. It's only you two. Okay. Well, look.
I don't have it. Only thing playing on my phone is StreamYard.
I don't know what it is, but I can't have it. It's gonna mess this whole thing up. But let's come back for 5 o'clock for the next game. How about that? Y'all get something to eat. Take a break. All that good stuff.
Yeah, I'll probably. I don't know if you got my. I don't know if you got my tweet, Juju, but I'll probably be streaming also, so I might come visit you when I'm streaming.
Okay, cool.
Okay,
Be Will, you're welcome. Everybody else, Tulip, all my new people, I want to thank you for joining me. Hit that like on your way out. Make sure you subscribe. Tell a friend. Let's come back for the Chicago game. I will be here at 5 o'clock. I'm going to take a break, get something to eat, chill, and I'll see y'all in a minute.
See ya.
See ya.
Thank you.